Newcastle have dropped big 3 points there for me. So we're very kind of thankful to Arsenal. Lucas Fabianski in goal. That's good news for us. I can't lie, I don't rate him at all. Weghorst's first start since Real Betis. It ain't easy. Where's this? Shaw, what are you doing, Shaw? What are you doing, Shaw, man? You've got to win that. Someone get in.
Oh, Reds.
Oh, my God. David De Gea. What have I witnessed?
Howler from the goalkeeper.
Oh, fuck. What is his hands made out of? Khalas. David De Gea, khalas. Wallahi, we are done. That's it. I am done with you now, David De Gea. Come on, man. Malassia's going to get bullied here. I knew you were going to lose that ball, Malassia. Rashford, pass it. Pass it. What are you doing, man? Oh.
With the game on the line, one shot, who would you rather have taking it?
Open shot, fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth, you better hit it. I want
Wout wank horse. Don't go anywhere.
Wallahi, it's finished, yeah?
Wallahi is finished. Mother, you can't believe. Are you still interested in having this guy as your backup goalkeeper on 375k a week?
Man just went straight in. Like,
I'm going straight in. We're not even saying good nights, nothing. No introductions, hellos, goodbyes. I want to go straight into this. Nice backup on the bench, 365. Yeah, let's do it. Talk to me.
I'm glad you asked me. funny how.
You're right. Why are you looking like you're going to cry?
This is emotional. We've had a few stages of, you know, I mean, we're grieving right now. We've had a few stages. I made that video a couple of weeks ago. I thought to myself, let me just, you know, bring a strong face. But now, sell. Don't even give him a contract.
Fuck.
Done. Khalas. You know what khalas means? It means done.
What?
We are done. David De Gea, thanks for the memories, yeah. But we are done, my friend, yeah. Like, it's been a good ride, 15 years, sorry, 13 years as a goalkeeper. But I'm sorry, man, bro. These hands, mate, they're gone. Everything's gone, and that's it. So Toby and Matisse, you know what I mean? All this backup goalkeeper, forget that, mate. I'd rather have Tom Heaton as backup goalkeeper, man. It's that serious now, man. So yeah, we are done.
Jack Butland, come on, when's he gonna get a game?
Jack Butland, where you at? Jack Butland, are you ready?
Oh, do you know what? It's poetry because I get to cook this week because we won. Fuck.
Yes.
It's mad.
I'm back.
And I want you to cook. I want everyone to get everything off their chest. Every player that you think of, get it off your chest. Because I ain't nobody defending anybody. So you, man, enjoy. And I'm going to be listening, but I will be there. Go for it.
They called him David the error in the studio today. I never heard that one before. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, this guy is known for shot stopping, right? I've called out his cross collection. I've called out his sweeper keeping and lack of ability coming out of his box and dealing with situations. Never would I have thought that this guy would have not saved a shot that was literally, it looked like a toddler kicked it. You know when you're playing with your little brother? You know, you're playing with your little brother, or you take granddad for a little walk to the park and he's, you know, a little kickabout, little 5-yarder, you know, 5 miles per hour was moving. After 4 defenders let him, by the way, 4 defenders versus 1, let him get that shot off, but leave them, we'll get to them later. He takes the shot and it's not even moving, it's not even traveling. Tobes was saying, no, it's not even a shot. It's a pass. It's a pass back and it's under hit. It's an under hit pass. And he still let it through his damn hand. How'd you do that? How did you actually find a way? Is there a hole in his hand? What's going on? This guy, he's got sieves on his wrists. What the fuck? Bro, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it when I saw that ball traveling through this boy. I was like, wow, you have fallen off. You see when that fax machine broke? A la Madrid. When that fax machine broke, yeah? They got Courtois instead, and this guy stayed in Manchester, and he's on 375k. Free. Do you know how much you can accomplish with that money? Do you know how many? And you want to have you wanted to have this guy on the bench.
Mike Mania, where are you at? Mike Mania. David Raya.
Listen, we ain't doing no 50% wage cut. This guy will have to drop to 100k a week for it to make sense. I'm sorry, 100k for it to make sense. It's insane. And Ten Hag comes out and says we want to keep him. If this guy stays for Ten Hag next year, you can forget about that Dutch delight football. That's not happening. We're not playing out from the back lovely little bits of play that you saw at Ajax, it ain't happening. Not with this guy in goal. So I'm looking at Ten Hag now. And listen, I've given Ten Hag loads of credit. If he drops out the top 4 to Liverpool, I'm sure Callum's going to have an accent ready to go on standby for that, brother. But
Right, mates.
but
How are we?
I'm going to judge Ten Hag on his ruthlessness. He was ruthless with Ronaldo, and I praised him then. Arteta was ruthless. Arteta praised it. He has to be ruthless with De Gea. I don't know how you're going to ship him, but you got to ship him. FedEx, Amazon.
I'll take him, man. I'll take him.
Next day delivery. You need to.
Manchester Airport. I'll take him. Round the corner from me. I'll go there with him.
Long day, bro.
Listen, it's over, man. Listen, when you can't distribute and modern day keeper, you know, I'm part of the modern day crew now. So all the modern day tacticals, man, I'm fully with you now. You know what I mean? It's one of them where we more than you can believe. If a guy's like that, if you can't even save and his fingers are made out of butter, man. You know what I mean, bro? Like genuinely, like my grandma could have saved that. Like genuinely, anybody, any average person would have saved that. I don't know what happened, what he's seen. He must have seen some jinn or something or some ghost. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, he must have seen something that's made him scared, and that ball just went past him. For me, Ten Hag, yeah, this is scary, you know, because for me, if you're going to back him next year, that's on you, my friend. That's on you. So anything that happens after that, I don't blame David De Gea. I blame you, Ten Hag, because you're the one that's keeping him there, and you know he's cost us a lot this season. Yes, he's been there for so many saves and whatnot. I'll take that. But we have to move on now. For your style of play, for what you want to do to play out from the back, all of that good stuff, all of that jazz that people talk about, listen, it's on you now. So it's a big, big, big summer whether he keeps David De Gea and whether he renews the contract. He's got to be the guy that says, listen, ownership, I don't want him anymore. I want a new keeper, fresh new keeper. Don't give him a new contract. Ruthless, ruthless, ruthless.
But what if he gets the Golden Glove and he gets some PR behind his name?
Nah, man.
No, I'm not saying for you. I'm saying for the board. Like,
for
if
the board,
he gets the Golden Glove, they're gonna look at, because you know your board, the Glazers, they don't really be watching what's going on. They're in LA. If they see they're gonna. Well, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do the American accent. I'll leave Callum to do that. Do you know what I mean? Callum's here with the accent. I'm not going to disgrace myself by even trying to come to him with accents. But if they see a Golden Glove with De Gea, like, they check the end of the season. They don't watch the games, right? They just check the end of the season. They see Golden Glove. Well, he definitely needs to get a new contract.
Well, that's when the manager reports back. He's the link. He's the link. Him, the sporting director, John Myrtle, you're the links, you're the eyes before the other guy on top. So you're damn right. We're seeing as fans, Ten Hag, you must be seeing that. So all of this nonsense, I just hope, yeah, he's just doing it to back his guy for the last couple of games. Don't, you know, call him out online and whatnot. I think it's a bit too far to say we want him to stay and want to give him a new contract. He didn't need to say that. He could have just said, you know what, he's my guy and we're going to back him to the end of the season. But listen, you're going to die on that hill, and many managers have failed behind you. So listen.
You men are threatening Ten Hag already.
That's not threatening Ten Hag. I'm just showing you what the reality is. I've been here, man. You don't see me last season. I've been through the struggles, Ten Hag. I know what it's like. I'm not threatening nobody. All I'm saying to you is, yeah, I don't want you to go. I actually believe in you, Ten Hag. I trust you. I want it to be the long-term success plan. But brother, you ain't gonna help yourself.
But if he keeps De Gea, you're saying a lot of men have died on that hill.
That's your guy.
Yeah, it's my guy, but you're on your own. You back the Gea, you're on your own.
Saeed, I think this summer is going to determine whether Ten Hag can really get up there with, like, in the future, whether Pep's, Klopp's, and maybe Arteta's. He has to show ruthlessness and be able to go against the board by being able to axe players like De Gea. Like, you gave Luke Shaw a new contract recently. I'm not sure about that. What was the thought process behind that? Scott McTominay should probably go. You need another player in Bruno Fernandez's position, because I'm not quite sure what he offers other than balls over the top to Rashford. Like, he needs to be able to be ruthless. Like, when you talk about Arteta, one of the first things he did, or one of the big things he did, along his journey, was get rid of Aubameyang. The first thing Pep Guardiola did when he came to the door was told Joe Hart, you have to go. Great goalkeeper, similar to De Gea. Like, you can stop shots, but you can't play with the ball at your feet. You know, we brought in Bravo. He probably was the polar opposite, but Ederson eventually was that thing. And we know Ten Hag wants to play that kind of football, the same as Pep Guardiola, playing out from the back. So he has to be able to say, sorry, De Gea, man, you don't have a future here. So this summer's going to show a huge amount to you lot about how ruthless he is about moving forward and how far he actually wants to take the team. Spotlight's on.
You're right. And this is a big, big test for Ten Hag, you know what I mean? And the thing is with me is you can't keep saying you can tune a lot of these guys out now. That you can't turn water into wine. You know what I mean? Some of these guys are just not good enough, man. You know what I mean? Arteta did the same thing. You said it, but Guardiola did. Even Klopp, when he came in, took all of them dead weight out. You got to get rid. You know what I mean? Because what's going to happen is they're gonna fall you down, and then you're going to be the one that's going to be sacked, and then they're going to still be here with new contracts. So for me, he's got to be ruthless this summer. Anyone that's not doing it, and you know it's not quality enough, get rid. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I will back you. I don't care, honestly. Anybody can get it, you know. Like genuinely, like half of these players, if they left, I couldn't care less. If Ten Hag wants his players, his philosophy, his ideas, I'm with that. Because some of these players, man, they've been here too long, mate. These Martial fanboys, man, he's not good enough anymore. Man missed 2 sitters yesterday. He ain't good enough. Sancho, bro, like man's playing like he's got white Air Forces. Like seriously, you know when you get white Air Forces, yeah?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, foot golf.
Foot golf, yeah. Actually, Matisse, you had a little bit of purpose. Sancho, I don't know what your purpose is, mate. Like, being serious, man. Like Bruno Fernandes, again, like too many players are just not good enough, man. And for me, we need quality, man. To get to the next level, you need quality, man. And that's what we're missing right now. Obviously, the mentality as well. For the first 20 minutes of the game, we were peppering them, played well. As soon as it got going and gets tough, everyone's heads drop, bang, same old second half. And it's like, yo, what are you doing? So for me, man, it's not good enough. And I ain't gonna lie to you, top 4's 50-50 now. Callum, get ready, man. Get involved.
50-50, you've got a game in hand. You're one point clear of a game in hand.
The pressure is different now. Honestly, these guys are...
The last 4 games are at home.
Listen,
exactly.
Winning at home... No, hold on a minute. Winning at home, yeah, when we didn't need to, or we kind of the pressure was off and we're 13 points clear, is different to you must win. We have to win 3 out of the next 4 games. And yes, Man United's home record is good. But when you have to win now, and Liverpool, for me, are winning all their 3 games now. I know already. They're winning all their 3 games. But we now have to win. It's a different feeling now. Different sort of pressure. You seen it with Arsenal. I'm not trying to compare us to Arsenal, but when they have to win, the pressure's different. Southampton, you're fumbling. You know, you're going away from home. You're 2-0 up against West Ham. You're fumbling. Pressure's different. We're going to see what the players are like. But for me, I'm 50-50 now about top 4.
That's mad.
You can't be 50-50. Like your fixtures are so
in
nice.
your hands. It's in your hands.
You must get top 4. You cannot have the season.
You best believe I'm not about
top 4. Back in January, you were dancing outside Old Trafford in your zebra pants, telling us all you're built different. You're built different, and telling me and Grizz to watch our eras because they're coming to an end. You can't say you're 50-50 about top fucking 4 now.
I am 50-50. Doesn't mean that we must not win it. We must not get there. It means what I genuinely feel. We must, though. Best believe that I agree with you. But what you think, what I think, is 50-50.
No, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that this top 4 race is done. Absolutely done. And the reason why I've been saying it is because you guys have so many games in hand. You have easier fixtures coming up. And the team as a whole, they've been getting results in terms of they've been pragmatic. They know when to switch it up. Brighton in the semi-final, the cup, etc. And I'm sticking with it. You have to, and you will. You will get it. If you don't get it, I'm going to look stupid because there's a hell of a lot of clips saying that Liverpool had no chance. I'm fine to take that smoke. But no, you will. You will. You're going to get it. I'm gonna tell you now that you should be confident you're going to get it. No, you're not doing 50-50. We're not doing 50-50. Minimum 65-35. You have a game in hand and you're a point clear. Now
you see what I'm watching. We can't score goals, man. You should be confident.
Tell Rashford to point to his forehead again and let's go.
Do you still want that Rashford contract? 350k.
Listen, man, I couldn't care less. I told you, Turkish. I couldn't care less.
So what does that mean?
Your head's gone. Your head's gone. Your head's gone.
Wallahi, I couldn't care less.
No, your head's gone.
No, if he's here or not here, I couldn't care less.
Absolutely.
Rashford, listen, it's not the All-MB. Rashford here. Is it the All-MB for me?
No, your head is gone. Your head is gone.
Bro, wallahi, this guy, you guys think I've got this affiliation?
This guy's been carrying your attack all season.
Listen, I didn't discredit that. But listen, when I say to you, if he's here or not here, it doesn't. For me, United not been winning big trophies with or without Rashford. It's a team.
Yes,
man.
but you'd be worse. You'd be worse without him, though. That would be one.
I'm not discrediting that.
No, but you just said Man United need some really good players. They need ballers. He's one of the few players in their team that are performing at a level where if you were to add in players on his level or better, then Man United can go on and compete for the.
We need better
major
Rashford.
honors. And you're saying you couldn't care if he goes or not? Nah, I'm not having that one.
Bro,
not having that one.
Bro,
Not having that one.
Like I said to you, listen, yeah. We need better than Rashford to go and win the major trophies. And what we need to do, we need to get better than Rashford. So this affiliation that if he stays or he goes, I'm going to lose sleep. I'm not. That's the bottom reality. This is where I'm at right now. Same with Sancho, who's one of my favorite players. If he's here, if he's not,
it's not the same.
It's honestly,
it's not the same as Sancho. It's not
the same as Sancho and Martial, because this guy has scored over 20 goals for you this season. This guy has scored 15 league goals for you. He's been carrying your attack on his back. It is not the same as Sancho.
Have I discredited that?
No, I'm not saying you're discrediting that, but you said it's the same as Sancho. It's not the same.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You
just said that. You just said that.
Turkish asked a question about the contract situation and whether would you be happy or sad if he left. I said I couldn't care less. I genuinely couldn't.
Yeah,
but you did. I don't buy that. You care.
If he's here,
you care.
Listen, bro. You know what we need to do?
Are you saying he's worth that then?
I think he knows he's not going anywhere. I think Saeed's only saying that because he knows Rashford's not going anywhere. Like, they're not going to let him go. No one's going to buy him. He is where he is.
Did Rashford not have an injury recently? Is that why his performance has slightly tailed off? Because you guys rushed him back from injury? Because that's what when I was watching him, it felt like as if you guys rushed him back from injury on the left-hand side. Against Sevilla, you brought him on for the second half. He didn't really look himself.
I'm not blaming Rashford for the loss of form. I think for me, he's done more than what the players are. I'm not trying to turn this to Rashford hate. I'm just saying about the contract situation. If he stayed or if he didn't, I couldn't care less. But he deserves his credit more than anyone else, more than Sancho, more than Martial. He's been doing his bit, and I've never ever discredited him for that because he's been doing his job. But as a collective team, we're still where we are now. So for me, there's bigger issues anyway than Rashford anyway. Midfield issues. Eriksen, again, he looks leggy. Casemiro's performances have absolutely massively dipped since the red cards. I don't know if it's just fatigue or he's just catching up to him. I don't know. But he's massively dipped. Bruno Fernandes, again, over-reliance on his creativity. Again, the fullbacks, it's just all collectively. And also, we just can't score goals. Today I'm watching goals go in. Everton scoring 3, 4, 5. I'm like, why can't we do that? But again, it comes down to these players up front.
Good attackers. That's why.
Sorry, I just had to say the same.
Because you don't have good attackers. That's why you can't do that. You're playing Pepos and Anthony and you're attacking. You're asking, why can't you score more than 3 goals?
I want more. I want more from these players. Anthony can score more. He can do more. Martial can do more. But ultimately, they're not good enough. Martial had 2 chances yesterday and he should have scored them. 2 chances, that could have been game over. But again,
what proof is there that Martial and Anthony should be doing better than what they're doing? What proof is there to say they should be doing better than what they're doing?
But the thing is, though, that when you look at the actual
Anthony wasn't prolific at Ajax. I said this to you.
The thing is, for me, when I look at the chances I'm seeing, especially at Everton at home, there's been key games when I'm looking at composure, quality. Where is it? Okay, Anthony's not a prolific stroke thrower, but Martial's normally composed up front. But again, he's missed all them qualities. Last 3 seasons, I think he's got about 3 goals. Ultimately, the overriding factor is there's no quality up front. And we are lacking goals. And that's why, for me, it's 50-50 about Man United finishing top 4. We can't score goals. It's going to be a 1-0 here and there. Reliance on Rashford to score a goal. Or maybe Bruno to come in. That's
Saeed,
why
Saeed, I'm gonna say something to you. Because normally I'm quite critical on Man United, but I'm actually going to be quite positive for you. And I'm going to say you're going to get top 4 this season. You're going to get it by the skin of your teeth, but you're going to get top 4 this season. Reason being, if you win all your home games, you will get top 4. And I know what you're saying about pressure, etc., etc. But when I look at your home games, the teams you have to play, one of your games are against Wolves, who are literally bogey team. They are literally one of the third worst team
at home.
I don't care. Honestly, I couldn't care less about bogey this. They are literally the 3rd worst traveling team in the Premier League this season. They are not good. If you don't beat them at home, you simply don't deserve top 4. That's one. The second,
I agree with
you. You spoke on how bad Chelsea were, against Arsenal. You've seen this team in action. You have them at home. And then your last home game of the season is against a Mitrovic-less Fulham, who you've already beaten.
He's
back. Yes.
He's back for that one.
Is he back for that?
He's back. I think he's back for that one.
Oh, shit.
Come on. Even if he's back, bro, no excuses. I don't want to hear this 50-50 nonsense. It's in your hands. You've told us how you're built different. You told us X, Y, Z. See this through. Grab your balls, pause, and see this through. I don't want to hear no 50-50 nonsense. You literally have top 4 in your hands. You have it in your hands.
You were kicked out of the lab.
You can afford. Sorry, you can afford to lose one of your last 4 games and still get top 4. Don't worry about Liverpool. Do your job.
I don't worry about them. That's why I said they'll get their free games. I know what they're doing. It's about us, and that's my worry. We are our own worst enemy. Do you not understand this, Toby? I couldn't care less about Liverpool. They're going to do their job.
Hearing it.
Are we disrespecting Aston Villa by saying Liverpool are 100% going to beat them at Anfield?
Bro, they've won 6 games on the bounce.
I hear that, but it doesn't mean they're never going to drop points.
Listen. Liverpool will win their 3 games. That's entirely up to them. But for us, we need to take care of our job. And I just think for me, I've changed my perspective. I just think it's 50-50. I think the pressure's getting to these players. They're mentally fragile, and it's a different pressure to when you now have to win.
They were built different.
Sorry?
I thought they were built different. So now you're telling us that they're not.
But listen, we say things in the season, and obviously things change. But now,
what is this? What is this profile of?
But now,
we're a bit
wear and tear. The building's collapsing. You know what I mean? And things are not going well. And right now, I can't lie. I don't recognize them. You know what I mean? What we built, I don't recognize. It's been dismantled, and you know what I mean? It's emergency right now. I can't lie to you. It's an emergency. And I'm 50-50. For me, I don't trust these players anymore. I really don't. And if we get top 4, you think I'm celebrating it? It's the bare minimum requirement. You ain't going to see no celebration from me. It's what we aim to the season. And I did predict it at the start of the season. 1 trophy and top 4. First season. Next season, you have to massively improve. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
So if it doesn't get top 4, what is it then? Next season's the start of the season, pressure on?
Bro, pressure on, mate. Listen, major questions will be asked if you don't get top 4, That's a failure, man. That's a major question, bro. Because then it has to be the minimum requirement to get top 4. Like, especially when you put context into it.
Dumped out Europa League early.
Yes. Sorry.
Are you gonna answer for anything? It's not just Ten Hag. Are you gonna answer for anything? Because you said a lot of stuff.
Well, listen,
you guys were testing. You were testing the waters.
It can't just be Ten Hag that's got to answer, brother.
How can
You've got to answer for a lot. You've got to
answer for a lot. I remember the stream. He was outside Old Trafford. They just knocked Barcelona out of the Europa League. Was it him and KG were outside Old Trafford? They're all dancing.
Yeah.
Things are different around here. We are built different. We're coming for you, bro. What's happened to all that? I sorry, in my head, you are getting top 4 because I refuse to believe after all the shite you've said this season that you're not. Listen, they're built different. They're coming for us, man. They've got top 4. You better get that.
Wasn't it only just literally just a week ago you were telling us you were having an argument as to why Man United season would be better than Arsenal's with a League Cup and top 4 and stuff. And now, how has it gone from that to this? Now you're telling me 50-50 to get top 4. My friend, if you don't shut your mouth and face your damn team, tell your damn team.
You better back them,
I don't want to hear.
I'm there on Saturday.
I do not want to hear what you're telling me now. I don't want to hear it because.
Bro, this is how I feel, man. Are we not on the big 6 to discuss? Are we not on the big 6? Listen, I've heard your monologues about your team, yeah. I've heard you openly go out there and tell us the world how bad Tottenham are. So I'm just coming on here and giving you my opinions. You know what I mean?
What you've got wrong is that this is not a safe space.
To be fair, it's my space and you give your opinion.
It's not a safe space.
You hold me accountable for what I say, and that's fair enough. Don't get me wrong. I might have said United a bit different. Sometimes the emotions get the better of you. As a fan, you're in there, you're on the front line. Maybe the emotions get the better of you. At that time, that's what I saw. But now I see a fragile nature about my United. I see a team that's collapsing. I see a team that wasn't rotated in certain parts of the season, and maybe Ten Hag got it wrong. I see a team that mentally now is weak and they can't cope. Listen, let's see what the home force is. The home form has made us better. And stop pointing your finger. And you as well. And you as well. But we'll see, man. That's what I'm saying right now. It's 50-50 and we'll see.
SAEED, circumstances change. You must get top 4. Yes. The hammer has been swung. You must get top 4. All of this stuff you said to us, it's gone in one ear and it's come out the other ear. No, you must get top 4. Have I not said that yet?
Can I say something? Can I say something right now?
Simple.
You guys lost to Liverpool 7-0, right? Yeah. Liverpool fans in the chat, I'm gonna give you something to smile about, right? You lost 7-0.
Yeah.
If you let them overtake, if you let them overtake you in their worst season, you let them overtake you for top 4, and you lost in the Europa League to Sevilla, a trophy that you all told us you were going to win, and you lose to Man City in the treble winning season. You know what? You better come take a seat next to me because your season may as well just be just like mine. Just like mine. Both your rivals dunking on your head. Both your rivals dunking on your head top like that. Both your rivals dunking on your head top like that. Like, it could not be me. Could not be me.
Hold on a minute. Don't even ever compare your season.
I will. You're going to be suffering more than me. I'll be smiling at the end of the season. I'm good. You'll be suffering. You'll be playing Europa League football after not winning it, losing to Liverpool in the process, and your noisy neighbours have done a treble. Arsenal fans will be crying next to me in North London because they didn't win the title. I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. You better sleep with your eye open, brother.
I don't know. I might have to get a new name, new government name, new identity, new location. I might just change. You know what I mean? SAEED TV might not be SAEED TV anymore. That's what I'm saying. Like, we might have a new name.
You know what's mad? I actually want you to get top 4. You know, it's the lesser of the two evils. I want you to get it because I don't want Liverpool to get it. I think Liverpool.
Where is this coming from?
I think Liverpool have been god awful, and some of their fans have really been grinding my gears this season.
Hold on, is this based off the last game, Toby?
I need you and your team to shut their mouths, stop bitching and moaning, and get the job done, please.
Bro, what you bitching and moaning? You're doing that every week. I'm learning from you now.
Because my team's fucking shit, but you told me you're built different. You told me you're built different.
But Toad, what have you got against us? What have we done to you?
I don't know. Not you per se, Callum, but some of your fans, I can't stand them, man. I can't stand them. And generally as well, I can't have, and I love Jurgen Klopp, right? But I can't have Jurgen Klopp and your team be shit for another season and still get top 4. It actually irks me. It really irks me, bro.
I hear it. I actually hear that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sick of it. No. Why is it you that gets to be so shit and get a top 4 spot? No, it's enough, man. No.
You don't get to. You shouldn't get to play poorly for 2/3 of the season, and then the last 10 games, Liverpool go on their run again. And then,
top 4. I'm sick of it, man.
You may as well just stop playing. Just don't even play the first 20. Don't even play the first 28 games. Don't even bother. Don't play them. You guys turn up in March and come play the last 10. Don't even turn up for the rest.
Hold on. If we get it, shouldn't the onus be more on the Tottenhams and the Man Uniteds of this world who haven't had the cojones to do what they're meant to do this season?
No, but we already know that Spurs. But Callum, we already know that Spurs don't have that. We're spineless. We're dusted.
Yeah, but what about United? They were what? They were in a title race a couple of years ago.
And that's what I'm saying. If they don't get it,
man. I like it. If
they don't get it,
it wasn't really a title race, man.
If they don't get it, God help SAEED.
If
United don't get top 4, mate, God help SAEED. Honestly, God help SAEED.
I told you, man.
You know what I love about this now? Is that every single season somebody is going to fail at you must, because it's not possible for everyone to qualify, even though everybody must. Everybody
impossible.
It's impossible.
We have to talk about Liverpool went from quadruple and all this mentality monsters to now outside the top 4. That is a scenario as well. So don't let that distract you from the bigger picture. So, you know what I mean? Like, I know we're talking about all of this, but if we get top 4, Liverpool went from that to finish. What are we gonna say now?
No, very true. Very true.
So that's why you got to back your boys. I'm not gonna lie. Sit on that. You
I'm
better go
back
in
to my
front,
boys,
man.
but I'm, you know,
more reason, innit?
Caged in there, so I had to just come a bit out there. See what I just did there?
If you started off as almost pessimistic on your team at the start of the season and stayed the course, then you'd be fine right now. But when your team makes you even have a shred of dream, you just go crazy and start. You're like me with the money gun. You're like
always
me with the money
back in
gun.
the front line, Saeed. He's always the very front line. He's there, and he's there, chest out. It's all there.
Hold on.
Like Saeed's in a tunnel, and if he sees a little bit of light, it's like a mirage, and it's not really there, but he'll see it, and he'll just fucking lose his mind. You'll start hearing shouting in the tunnel, echoes everywhere, fucking losing his mind. And it's like, Saeed, bro, it's gonna take you a good couple of hours to walk to the end of that, and you might not get it.
I've made realistic expectations this season. I said that United are going to get top 4 and a trophy. Okay, I said built different. That I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you're overplaying that. I think it's just kind of, you know.
No. Don't you do that.
I think you're overplaying that one.
Don't you do that.
You didn't even number 10 Downing Street, bro. You said what you said, bro. You said what you said.
Winners mentality. Winners mentality was the big one, wasn't it? Casemiro. We need to talk about Casemiro, by the way. He's come in and implemented a winner's mentality. Lissandro Martinez, all these people. What's happened now? They're not turning up. The butcher, man. What's it Steve calls him? Pap Butcher, isn't it? Yeah, where's he now? He's injured, but like,
don't be disrespecting.
You know what I'm saying?
He's been one of our best players this season. So we can't disrespect Lissandro Martinez.
Can I add this though?
Everyone else.
Can I add this? You guys need to get a move on because a lot of your best players are 30 plus, right? Bruno, Casemiro, Varane. Luke Shaw's been brilliant at centre back. He's experienced. Rashford's mid-20s, but he's no kid no more. He should be able to take responsibility. He has done for most of the season. Like, my point is, your average age of your team, Eriksen, it's not low. It's not really like you can say, oh, we're trying to build long-term. Like, you're going to have to flip your team to build long-term. Like, your team is ready to do business now. They might be overrated. They might not be as good as people say they are, some of the players, but they are ready to do business now, a lot of them. So you do need to get a move on.
Massive concern. For me, there has to be a lot of players kind of flogged. You know what I mean? The Maguires, the Freds, For me, I think with Eriksen, I don't know whether he stays next season. I don't know. But for me, I don't think he's going to be good enough long term. Even as a substitute, I just think for me, the game's changed now. What Ten Hag needs to do next season, it has to elevate. You can't just have a deep-lying playmaker who does a certain requirement of the team or the game. And I know, Toby, you're going to be like, I told you so. But listen, sometimes you have to understand that.
He's not a CM.
Okay, we get that. But
he's not
at the
a
start,
CM.
he was a preach. Yeah, but when you analyze things, at the start when it's a free transfer, everyone had a different perspective. When you see what he is, then obviously you're gonna have to analyze it from when you do.
I'm not even getting at you for signing Eriksen. Your club, your team's usage of Eriksen is what I'm getting at, right? He's used him as a CM all season. This guy, in my head, I thought you were bringing him in to be like deputy for Bruno Fernandes, to be backup for Bruno Fernandes. But this guy has been playing CM the whole season and is not a good CM. He's not a good CM. He's not combative, and he's not. He's a final third type passer. He's not a controller. He's not a dictator. He's not any of these things. Go on.
What is useful is when a team is low block and he can dictate from deep, especially like Nottingham Forest away. He was amazing. Like, but let's not do this though. He has his usage, but like I said to you, for the whole duration of the season, it can't be just limited. You have to have a player who's flexible, can do most jobs.
Eriksen has always been a 10, and he always will be a 10. He's not a CM. His makeup is literally the opposite of what you want in a CM. He's weak on 50-50s. He's weak in duels, and on the ball, he's not going to be able to control games on a consistent basis when he's in possession. At that point in the pitch, he's the guy you give the ball to in the final third because he's got a great shot on him and he's got a good final pass. Outside of that, when you put him deeper, he's not going to give you what you want week to week.
His shot's not there anymore.
No,
it's not there anymore.
He has got a couple of assists this season. He has got, I think, about 9 or so assists this season. Listen, he's had his usage, but like I said to you, Ten Hag needs to understand that he is limited in what he can do, especially with the league now more faster than ever. You know, teams which have direct, box to box, midfielders. It's intense, man. It's not just going to be, Serie A where he was, and maybe, when you've got other midfielders around him to kind of cover him. Like Casemiro's doing a lot to cover the ground. His mobility is quite weak. It's been a trial. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not really kind of gone the way I expected it to. But with a free transfer, you know, what did we expect? It was a free transfer of the day, but we have to move on now. I need the Caicedos, I need the Ugarte, I need the Enzo Lafi. I need people that can come in this midfield and rejuvenate it and just make it better. We need quality in this midfield. I want to see us get the ball and dictate. I want to see us control games. I don't want to see us this transition counter-attacking football. And that hopefully will happen next season. This season, it's been a learning curve for Ten Hag because he's tried to trust a lot of players and said, you know what, I think I can work with this player and I can do a lot. But he's realised, you know what, I've reached my limit with these players. And next season, hopefully, with new funds, with new owners, maybe we can do that. We'll see. But we have to get through this season, first of all. Because the next season, if the funds are not there, then it's a looking peak. I'll tell you that.
No, the amount of players you want out, it's not going to be a one-summer job, though. That's the thing.
No, it's not. It's not.
You just said you're not asked about Rashford, and you're talking about the big job you have in your hands.
No, but listen, not asked about most of the players, if I'm being honest. Not just Rashford. I don't know why you keep mentioning Rashford. There's a lot of players I'm not really asked about, and they need to go. So for me, it's not just Rashford. Sancho, like I said to you, for me, just not been good enough. Last 2 years, bro. What's he produced? But again, I'm not trying to single him out.
Wait, is that you putting the nail in the coffin on Sancho because you said you'd revisit at the end of the season?
No, we are at the end of the season, bro. There's 3 weeks left, man.
That's what I'm asking. So, what's your verdict? So you're saying that United?
If he was sold, yeah, move on.
No. Not if. Do you want Man United to move him on?
Of course.
Okay,
move him on.
Fair.
Get the money we can. Listen, I have no affiliation.
Well, who's going to buy him? Who's going to buy him on his wages?
Let's move on. Sorry,
he's going to buy him on his wages.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the club to kind of find out. I'm a fan. This is my opinion.
Buy him and pay him what you're good enough.
No,
listen, I don't know.
I think the
only way he leaves is if you subsidize his wages.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, listen, that's where hopefully, if the Qataris come in and just end people's contract, that would be better because they can afford to do that. Just cancel people's contract.
And then pigs will fly, and then pigs will fly, and then Messi will sign for Burnley. Yeah, is that what we're doing now?
My final thing, like,
did everyone just hear what this guy said? Sancho is on 300 something bags a week. He said if the Qataris come in and just turn.
Bro, listen, we don't know it. We don't know what the Qataris are capable of, innit? But for me, I think they're being disingenuous. I think there'll be a club there that'll be willing to buy Sancho. I think there will be. I
think your best bet's a loan deal and United pay half.
Yeah, loan deal. I reckon loan deal, and then probably with a view to buy. Similar to the way Lukaku's still a loan. Is it a 2-year loan? Is it or something like that? What is it? A year loan?
I wish it was. It was only one.
1 year loan, and then maybe somehow do that. You know what I mean? Someone say Rance's futsal team. Maybe Rance can buy him on his futsal team, man. I don't know, man. But listen, it's what it is, man. I don't know, man.
Effectively, what you're saying is a rebuild, right? You're saying you want to flip the team. Now, apologies, right? Those players I mentioned, they're not 30. A lot of them in their late 20s. Cool. Casemiro is like 31. The rest of them in late 20s. My point is, I should have said prime. They're in their prime. Your team's in its prime. So what you're effectively is talking about is a rebuild. A lot of these players don't have time for a rebuild. We already saw what happened at Chelsea when you bring in. You're talking about having a Todd Bowie summer, right? 8 players in, 8 players out. That's what you're saying. That doesn't go very well. Look at Fulham. Look at Watford. Look at us. Look at Nottingham Forest. That doesn't go very well. So this is why when you're saying getting rid of loads of players, you need to. I think you need to condense it and specify on a few, and try and see the potential of some revivals in some, because you can't get rid of them out players. You can't.
There's no revival. Striker is paramount, yeah? Could we say striker is paramount?
Martial out, striker in.
Sorry?
Martial out, a new striker in.
Martial out, striker in. Probably 2 strikers if you can look at it, because Weghorst will probably go back. Martial, that's 1. So striker. 2 midfielders to go straight into that team. Yeah? Again, for me, I think we need a centre-back to probably back up Varane, maybe challenge Varane, maybe a Kim Min-jae. A keeper. So I've just named you about 4 or 5 positions there that go straight into the team.
Napoli ain't.
Yeah.
Bro, Callum, it's serious, you know. You need a spine. The keeper, the 2 midfielders, a striker, and then
you just name a starting Napoli centre back to come and sit on the bench for Varane.
He's got a release clause.
What's his release clause?
Something like 50 odd mil.
Or
He doesn't
40,
have to.
40,
He
it's
doesn't
around
have to
40
agree though.
million.
He might just stay there. They just won the league.
Why would he agree that, man? He's in an
Yeah.
No, but you
unbelievable.
know, you got to
atmosphere
realize this
right
is the
now.
ruthless nature. Who
United
have you
are
got on the
giving
bench,
280
Huey?
million.
Who have you got on the bench? You got Laporte on the bench, right?
Yeah, but that's Pep.
No, but the idea, this you have to strive for the best.
I hear
Varane
it.
and Kim Min Jae fight for their position. Whoever wins, dog eat dog, man. You have to have a squad to win. You can't have a 11 or 13 to win trophies or big honors. You have to have a squad. A squad is where it's going to take you there. Can't just be patching up a certain 11 and be like, yeah, that's cool. The players who are on the bench have to be viewed as a first team player. Whoever comes off the bench, bang, you're in the team. You're fighting for that position. So Casemiro, you maybe have a Ugarte or someone that's fighting for his position. You have to keep replenishing, man. We have to do better. You have to have more quality. So you have to, really. You must.
You must. Listen, let's get the super chats in because we're 40 minutes in. There's 7.2k in the building. I didn't even introduce the show. Matisse just got straight into it, and we've been talking about United for 40 minutes. But we moved. Big up Thuggery as well, who made the intro, and big up Callum, who's slotting in for Grizz tonight. It's been a little while, Callum, but we're going to touch in on Liverpool. To be honest, you've already started talking about Liverpool. But let me get the super chats in. Then we'll talk about Liverpool being 1 point behind United, your result, and so on, and then we'll keep it moving. But show Callum some love. Kopish YouTube channel in the description below. Junior says, big up to Turkish. I came from AFTV fan zone. Massive win over the weekend. Not over yet. Come on, you Gunners. And SAEED, hold that. What's happened to Rashford? Freddie says, can I do a Robbie and say it's all in our hands for top 4? Honestly, the team is tired. This week will be the first full week since October where they rest.
Yeah.
Big up the panel and big up Turkish. Says Aaron had a good chat on Fan Zone earlier. Come on, my guy. Hope you're good. Mad how things change. SAEED looks stressed and Matisse coming in with chest.
Your life is humble, isn't it?
and Matisse actually asked this. Mudit says, SAEED, what are your thoughts on the aging United squad in general? Do you think the responsible people have the intelligence to think 3 years ahead?
Nah, that's why we need new owners. You know what I mean? So the sooner the better. The sooner we can get people in, footballing people that can have a plan for Ten Hag, the better. But yeah, the age of squad is a concern, man. It is a concern.
But even like, don't get me wrong, Casemiro's a top quality player, but what's he on, a 5-year contract?
Yeah, 5-year contract. I don't think the problem is Casemiro. It's just having someone who can come in that can almost not like for like, but just have that same quality. So then you could just Casemiro could just be out for 1 or 2 games, and you know you can rotate him and whatnot. He's a main guy still, but when to take him off, when to not, because you're overusing him, and then that's what's happening right now. And he's not used to this amount of games in the La Liga. They don't play this amount of games, so yeah.
Real are more or less in every competition though. He's playing a lot of games, man.
But to be fair, though, it depends. Sometimes they would have allowed maybe other players to play in that position, you know. So I think overall, I'm not using that as an excuse, but like I said, it's been a factor in that. So we need someone just to kind of come in and be like for like, but we haven't got that. So there's an over-reliance on him.
Cold Memphis says, De Gea is a weird guy. He is the reason to save us 15 points in one season, but also the guy to lose 15 points in the same season. I see an Arsenal one there. I'll save the super chats on the other clubs for the other clubs. Is it good to know that you have it all in your hands, SAEED?
I don't know. Find out later on. We'll see.
Gareth says, have we actually seen Ten Hag's quote style of play yet with United? So far, I've just seen same old United, overhyped and battling for top 4. SAEED, I'll leave this one to you because I don't want to butcher your language, so you can let me know what's going on.
Yeah. Nice one.
Don't just say yeah. Read it out for the people. Obviously,
we're not Domate.
Huh?
Yeah, we're not Domate.
What's it mean?
It's over for us. It's over for us, basically.
Okay, calm. Love for the super chat, AJ. Aaron says, is goalkeeper becoming the most important position? How many clubs' recent success has a new main goalkeeper? Liverpool, City, Madrid, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, and United must follow these other English teams. Liverpool, City, Madrid, Arsenal.
I don't know why.
There's a fourth. Oh, yeah, my bad. Liverpool, City, Madrid, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, and United must follow these other English teams. Is it becoming the most important? In modern day systems, there's a few important positions, to be honest. What do you lot think? Obviously, Callum, Alisson was a vital piece to it. Is he the most important piece to your success a couple of years ago?
Yeah, for me, yeah, he's our best player this season. He's our most important player this season. When we signed him at the same time as Fabinho as well. Not too long got Virgil in. Salah was pretty fresh, so was Mane. So he was the icing on the cake. But without him, I don't think we win the Champions League and Premier League. So I think we'd have been a top 4 team, but we wouldn't have won the league and Champions League without him. He's that key to us. I think without him this season, we'd be in Chelsea's position.
No one wants to be there. Boondock says Ole and Jose got second with worse squads. SAEED, is Ten Hag still overachieving? Big up the panel, best show on YouTube. No comment, still overachieving or
No comment.
CR to SAEED, don't take it personally, but you're waffling. Inconsistent opinions, just like the players. If United's fan base was more honest about the players, the club could start moving in the right direction. No comment.
That's true.
Blaze says when SAEED said memories, he meant a Prem, FA Cup, 2 League Cups, 3 Community Shields, and the Europa. Just a reminder to certain men on here what memories are. Chris says, have some chest, SAEED. Don't care what you say about Mitrovic. He's not a Berbatov level player like Weghorst. Liverpool low-key, and actually, let me save that for Liverpool. I love Ten Hag, but personally, I feel like he deserves criticism. He tried challenging on all 4 fronts with a squad that isn't good enough to do so. That's from Maha. I got one on Chelsea there. Scenes when they finish equal points and the 7-0 is the difference in goals. Rashi, perfect name. Just like a rash, he disappears after a while. Wake up, AJ. As per fixtures, Newcastle looks like the one to drop out if it does happen. But if United drop out of the top 4, they surely deserve it. And Memphis is a United fan. Brock says, we have players with the weakest mentality in top 10 teams. These lot are so weak. Ten Hag takes some blame, but must fire rockets up there. You know what? KD says, Liverpool and United have lost the same amount of games, by the way. Why is Liverpool the one with the, quote, shit season and scraping results? At least they didn't lose 7-0, 6-3, etc. and not win away from home against a side in the top 9. And he adds, Liverpool and United will both end on 71 points. Liverpool will get top 4 on goal difference. Remember when that 7-0 wasn't any worse than a 1-0? Let's see. If that happens, that would be mad. That would be crazy.
Phenomenal.
That'd be crazy. Where are we? Give my guy SAEED a break, especially the Ice Age character on the bottom left. Your team is on the second page of the Premier League. Joke, all love. And he says, on a more serious note, if we do not finish top 4, I'm blaming Ten Hag. He's been overhyped way too much. Hashtag bald Ole.
Why are you laughing? No, United fans are actually mad. That's crazy, man.
Why are you laughing, man? That's his opinion, isn't it? It's quite good.
No, we're laughing at the fact that he called him a bald Ole. That's mad.
First Upa Maguire, now the error. Summer transfers won't bang with the ownership takeover delays. United in the mud.
The error.
It's crazy. All right, let me just save that one as it's coming. That one's on Liverpool. SAEED, what happened to the quad? Era's come to an end. Eric, -7 Hag. What an absolute clown. The disrespect towards Klopp and Pep. Sit the fuck down.
Roberto, I didn't say quad.
MF says United are that spoiled rich kid who spunks their monthly pocket money on useless purchases after a week and end the month broke. Martinez and Anthony Weghorst. Cool. And I think that's it on Man United. Yep. I believe that is it on Man United. Callum, like I said, we started discussing Liverpool. There is a few super chats on Liverpool already, but you are 1 point behind, say, United. Do you understand SAEED's concern? Are you confident of pipping them to it? Are Newcastle not out of it yet? Like, how are you feeling about this top 4 thing?
No, I understand Saeed's concern because historically under Klopp, we put a good run together between sort of, as Matisse said it as well, between March and the end of the season. The problem is, I think we've left it slightly too late this season, if I'm going to be completely honest. However, if one of the two teams slips up, then I do think we will get it. They have to be perfect now from now to the end of the season. Even if we're not, I still think they have to be perfect, because any sniff of a chance, we are going to capitalize on it, because it's kind of what we do. And the fact that we haven't got anything else to play for now, I think it's all or nothing for Liverpool getting this top four. And I know you speak, Saeed, about the ownership and all that. We're in the same boat. We want new owners. We need new owners. But we know about top four, it could set us back a little bit more than what it could set you guys back if you don't, because you always spend money regardless. Like this narrative that you need new owners to spend money. Every season you spend about 200 and 250 mil. We need to have a massive summer, and I think us getting Champions League football, and I think Klopp knows this as well, will help us in the window. But I don't think it's over yet. But I do still think it's in your hands, side. I think the results have gone fantastic. Like last night when I saw the West Ham, I got the little ones out. They got their little bubble guns out. We were all happy in the living room. It was fun, bro. I enjoyed it. The only reason I didn't message you is because you've always been humble to me and you've been good to the boys on Coppish. But I'll be honest, if we get top four over you guys, everyone's getting it.
Yeah,
like,
everyone can come.
Getting it. Because 7-0 was when we hit you for 7. The week after, we lost to Bournemouth. So we couldn't really enjoy that. But I want a real nice summer. So if we pip you to top 4, summer's going to be beautiful. So I think we can do it, but I still think United and Newcastle are favourites, though.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think everyone here pretty much thinks Man United will still get top 4. TOBS said it. Matisse.
But we shouldn't even have a chance at the moment. We shouldn't even be a point behind you. This should have been out of sight weeks ago. But you guys have been doing up a madness. So I'm here for it.
Matisse, you was muted and I think you tried to say something.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think for me, the top 4 should be done. And I'm still saying that it can't be 50-50 when the two teams aren't level on points. And Man United have got 3 home games out of 4. Like that's
a game in hand as well.
And a game in hand.
crazy,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's just, for me, no chance. Man United are favourites. They're still big favourites and they should be. And if they don't, it's a big bottle job. Big bottle job on their half. Massive.
Biggest bottle job. Worse than the title race, man.
Yeah, that's Man City we're fucking about with. It's not fucking. With all due respect, CALLUM, Liverpool.
I don't even think they've been convincing Liverpool.
With no respect.
I looked at the last 2 games. I don't think they were convincing. Fulham, it was a edgy win, and then obviously this one, Brentford. Obviously, Brentford didn't probably help themselves. They were on the beach, but
CALLUM,
man, that's fun.
It just came to my mind. Remember that you even messaged me about it, but remember the last show you was on, yeah? I don't know who was here and who wasn't, but CALLUM.
I think it was a Big Six extra show. I think it was.
It was extra. I thought it was on this one, but you said that Gakpo in the 8 and not everyone. A few people laughed about it. Said,
"Oh, bro, it was everyone, bro. I got cooked bad. You should have seen my DMs that night, bro. I thought I was gonna deactivate my socials because I got some really, really toxic messages. But I was like, right, is this what happens in the space? Yeah, you say one comment and your whole livelihood gets taken out of context. But
you need to go back to them. You need to go back to them and ask them who's laughing now, bro.
That's why. Look, I know my club. I know what Klopp's like. Klopp will find the biggest square and put it in the biggest round hole if he has to. I said when we got Gakpo, I can see him ending up in midfield one way or another. We saw it at the weekend. I'm not surprised. He did well. He did as well as he could have, I suppose. Yeah. I wasn't surprised. But again, it just emphasizes we need 3 centre midfielders. I don't think we'll get them, though.
Yeah.
He lived with McAllister, innit? McAllister.
Yeah, but who haven't we been linked with, though, Saeed? We've been linked with every centre midfielder under the sun. I need to see these players come in now. We get linked with loads of players. We're an agent's biggest dream because we don't shut down rumours. We just keep them going on our fan base, run with every rumour that they see. So these, like Mason Mount, don't be surprised if Mason Mount gets the biggest contract of his life now because he's been linked to Liverpool. It's just what we do.
Who do you want in midfield? Like, who would be your ideal 3 if it is 3?
Ideal 3, I'd love Declan Rice. Not him, Ugarte, Manu Kone, and I would like us to get a goal scoring midfielder as well, someone like a Szoboszlai.
Interesting that one.
Do you think? I think you look at Odegaard, you look at De Bruyne, you look at Bruno Fernandes. They chip in with goals. And they help their attack when their attack isn't firing. I think we need something similar now.
Yeah,
We haven't had anyone since we lost Coutinho.
McAllister doesn't interest you, or you?
No, I like him, but not in my first three choices.
Ideal.
Yeah. But if we got McAllister, I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah, fair enough. I did say there's some super chats on Liverpool as well. Saeed says Liverpool low-key in title-winning form, not playing the best football, but grinding out the 4-3, 3-2, and 1-0 wins they need. 6 in a row and soon to be 9.
It's a big ask, man. We can do it. We've done it before. That Villa game worries me. Even the Southampton last game of the season, they got nothing to play for. They could just go out and have a vibe. Like we saw it back in the day with Bradford. I think it was in like 2000. Liverpool had it all to play for. Bradford didn't really have anything to play for. We lose the last game of the season. We've been so inconsistent this season. I need to see it happen before I can really get too happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's I agree with that. That's why I have United still favourites. I know Liverpool on a winning run, but I don't trust them to go and just blitz everybody they still got left. Like you said, Brentford was still a bit of a struggle. So
the Tottenham game.
Villa's a good exactly. Look at the Tottenham game. Like that only happened a couple of weeks ago. They let Tottenham right back into the game when really it should never have happened. Villa are a very good team. I don't know how people are discounting Aston Villa. Like they could on their day they could show up against anyone.
I think you'll be. To be fair though, those type of games you can see Emery doing a job per se, and I actually agree with you, Callum. I was watching your game on the weekend, and you deserve to win, but I just thought you were poor, man. I just said.
I realised though, Toby, you hate us, man. I've realised it today, bro.
I don't hate you though. Why do people say this? If I criticize United or I hate them, the two teams I truly hate, I've made my feelings clear. Arsenal and Chelsea, I actually hate their guts. I don't hate Liverpool. If anything, the only thing that annoys me with Liverpool is some of your fans. Some of your fans are just unbearable, man. But I'm watching these games, and people. Whenever I say stuff about Liverpool, people will say, "Oh, it's because you're salty about Liverpool beating Spurs." It has nothing to do with that because I've been saying this all season. Liverpool, they're just a poor side right now in comparison to what they were in the years prior, man. They're just a poor side. You don't really have full control of a game for 90 minutes. You create chances and you don't stick as many chances away as you used to before. And defensively, you're nowhere near as good as you used to be before. I just don't think you're that good a side in comparison to your usual level before. And I don't say this in comparison to Spurs, who are obviously worse, right? I say this in comparison to the Liverpool that we expect. It's just not good. And I'm looking at your last fixtures. I think you'll beat Leicester because Leicester are just down and out right now. I think you'll win that. Aston Villa, I think you could see Emery getting something there potentially, but I would still back you to win. I think that's your last home game of the season. Yeah. I would back you to win that game. I don't really see Emery coming to Anfield and leaving with the 3 points. At most, maybe they can get a draw. So really and truly, it's that Southampton game. And I actually agree with you with the Southampton game. I think Southampton, you never know. They'll be relegated, but they might be playing for pride. Who knows? Do you get what I'm saying?
Playing for transfers, a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
And Southampton have taken big points off teams. They've taken points off Arsenal twice, Chelsea, obviously, and City as well. They knocked them out of the cup. So
but after tonight's loss, I think they're 8 points off safety.
Oh yeah, they'll be relegated by then. Yeah,
they'll be relegated.
Yeah, he'll be done.
Well, you can believe.
BY says, why is the nerd and the Nas hater bracket see you in New York City hating on Liverpool? Arsenal have leapfrogged both of your shit teams and challenged City before you.
Wait. I don't like being called a Nas hater. Take that back. Or don't say I'm not a Nas hater. That is actually a disgraceful lie. Take that back. That's nasty.
Fill in the fucking super chat.
How's he going to take that back?
Bro. Take it back.
He's hardly going to send in another super chat to say he's taking it back.
We all just sit here waiting for the next super chat thing. He's taking it back.
Yeah, well, hopefully in his own house he's taking it back.
To be continued. We'll see what happens with this one. KD said Liverpool team chilling on the beach in Barcelona at the moment. getting good rest for their final 3 wins. Newcastle and United both play Liverpool before Liverpool does this weekend. More clarity by Sunday on Liverpool's chances. And he adds, wins don't need to be convincing or pretty at this stage, just need to get over the line. That's why it's the experience that matters at the end of the season. Liverpool and City always do this at this stage. And that is the super chats on Liverpool in. I did miss a couple on United, so let me just quickly go back to them. Nicholas says, what's going on with the Aldi Walter White? Started smoking the supply himself. Now De Gea is also hitting the pipe, looking like Skinny Pete in goal. and Nadu says, I'm very serious about my bald Ole comment. Eric 10 rubbish substitutes and no tactics have been smacked like 5 times this season. We had the easiest run to the Carabao Cup. We are getting punched up in the FA Cup final. HKN in the building as well. Nedu, stop talking rubbish. The reason United are even in this position is because of Ole's horrible counter-attacking tactics we played for 4 seasons. Ten Hag is trying to get these rubbish players to play football, which most of them can't.
Yeah, 100%. Need to get rid of them, man.
You side more with HKN on that one than Nedu.
Yeah, Nedu's strong on Ten Hag, but let's see in it. Let's see.
Say no more. Big up everyone that's in the
Dude,
live.
Bro, stop throwing words in my mouth, man.
No, I said we'll see. I'm shocked by that. You should be defending Ten Hag.
I am defending Ten Hag. I just said it there. I side with the HKM music.
But you just said we'll see.
No, I'm just saying, what's happened this season, what's going to happen in terms of him being ruthless. You know what I mean? It's an ongoing project.
Yeah, De Gea. We'll see.
Okay.
De Gea, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Tobs is getting that something.
You know what it is, man? It's like, he's got that little bit of mysterious.
Devilish guy. Devilish.
He's devilish. Tobs is devilish.
I'm a child of God, man. I'm a child of God. Please.
That's all the super chats on Liverpool, and actually there's one more on United here. Ten Hag gives more interviews than Mia Khalifa on a casting couch. He needs to step up or get out of my club.
Wow.
Oh my days.
Wow. Cool. United done, Liverpool done. There's no predictions to make. There's nothing going on this week. But Europe, the only ones in Europe are City. I was going to move into Arsenal next, but City. You know what, Hugh? You might as well go next. Kept up the lead at the top. Well, extended the lead to 4 points until Arsenal played Newcastle, which was to be expected against Leeds. Gundogan stepped up to the plate. All right, a penalty debate there as well. Give your thoughts on that, but mainly the Real Madrid game coming up too, because that's tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tomorrow night. Yeah, we're starting to build up towards it now. But yeah, the Leeds game, for me, all these Premier League games now, it's predominantly about result over performance. I don't care if we win them all 1-0 as long as we win the games. And look, we got the result. I think on another day, it could have been 6 or 7, but it was just that one day of the season so far for Haaland where, I don't know, do they need to update his software? Do we need to get him a new Tesla charger or something? Because he couldn't hit the back of the net to save his life that day. But look, it is what it is. Captain Gundogan stepped up. He missed the penalty. I don't know. There was a big fiasco over that. Pep was like shouting at Erling Haaland saying, you take the penalty. This is your penalty. And Gundogan took it and missed it. They went and scored. And I'm saying this could really come back to bite us in the arse. But it didn't. We saw it out. So it is what it is. The big thing for me was the players we got to rest. We got to rest John Stones. We got to rest Rodri. We got to rest Jack Grealish. Bernardo didn't have to play much football. So they should be all fit and ready for the biggest game of the season in the Bernabeu tomorrow night. And it's a game I feel really confident about because people are comparing it so much to our game against them last season, the Bernabeu, where we capitulated. And, we all know what happened there. We don't need to go over the ins and outs of that game. But we're a different team now. Defensively, we're more solid. We haven't conceded more than 1 goal in any game since the 19th of January. And we have the small matter of Mr. Erling Haaland, who absolutely lives and breathes to win this competition. He was brought in, as I've said in this show before, to win this competition. And we know that. And he's the difference maker for me. Like, there's a reality where we could go there and hit them for 3 or 4. So I feel good about him, man. I feel really good about this game. But I take a draw because I believe in the Etihad we'll beat anybody. We've got like a 25 unbeaten streak in the Etihad, but I think we can go out and beat them. I'm looking forward to this one.
I hope the City fans aren't making that. Listen, I'm sure they're enjoying themselves. I'm seeing the stories. You know, they're in Madrid. Some of them since Saturday. I don't know, Sunday.
FOMO, man. I've got bad FOMO.
These men are going crazy. But they did the same thing in Porto, and then they didn't bring the atmosphere. I heard. Do you know what I mean? They were a little bit quiet, a little bit drunken, a little bit sleepy in the match. So, you know what I mean? Make sure you're awake for Santiago because it's not easy. Do you know what I mean? Don't get too drunk.
Were you in Porto? Yeah.
I wasn't there. I could have gone in the end, but it was too late in the end for me. But I heard through the grapevine that the atmosphere was looking a bit dead because these guys were partying too much. They were too happy to be there before the result came in, and
they're getting nervous, man. They
forgot there was a serious occasion that needed the fans on side.
Now listen, it's ruthless season now, man. It's ruthless season. We know what we have to do. We know we need to win this Champions League. We know it's something that we've been striving towards for years. I've made that clear. I've not shied away from making that clear as well. I know this team needs to win a Champions League just to cement its legacy in the eyes of the footballing world. But for me, I love it for what it's achieved so far, but I do want the Champions League. And things are different, man. Things are different. The way players are speaking about the Champions League. I listen to Rodri and De Bruyne and their press conferences for these games, and they're constantly speaking about the wealth of experience they've built up over the years and how Haaland coming in is a massive boost. And then there's things as simple as the footage from the dressing room being released, and you've got a Champions League trophy on the wall saying, this is our goal. It's quite clear that they really, really want to win this Champions League, and the City fans are fully behind that. Why wouldn't we be? We've been absolutely excellent for the best part of 3 months now. We're 20 games unbeaten. We've slapped some teams up. We barely conceded any goals. We made light work of Bayern Munich. We feel good going into this one. I fully respect what Real Madrid offer. I fully respect what they're about, and it's their competition and the history and the prestige. But all I can do is back my team based on what I've seen so far this season. And for the best part now of the last 3 months, like I said, we've been absolutely excellent. So I've every belief we can go and knock them out.
Yeah, I think the advantage for you guys is that the second leg's at the Etihad. So, but then again, man, you can't write off this Real Madrid team, man. You know, these guys, they look like they're in, you know what I mean, a gear where it's like very, very slow, and then boom, Valverde, box to box, Vinicius. It's going to take a lot to beat this City team with Haaland in there, but yeah, man, I'm just hoping that Real Madrid could just somehow click and find the energy to match Man City, because you know what they're going to be like, Man City. They're going to be full of energy, it's going to be intense. So let's see, man. I'm more inclined to Man City for kind of winning the tie. If I'm being honest with you, I'm a bit nervous, as you can see, with the whole Champions League. But I don't know, man. You just can't write off this Real Madrid, can you, man? Heritage, like you know, Big Steve knows heritage. You know, so lightning could strike twice. Lightning could strike.
Yeah, we knocked out Real Madrid before. I think people forget it's not.
Yeah, you did. We have, but I remember Steve last year telling me, "Oh, you got knocked out to a bunch of old dudes. Remember that? Old dudes. Kroos,
he speaks for himself.
Yeah, I know. Just Kroos and Modric, a couple of old dudes. You know what I mean? So I think Man City they've definitely learned. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's going to be much more. Football is a humbler. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure he's going to go in with plenty of respect. Just when you step in that stadium, you've got to be very respectful, very understanding of what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? What you're going up against, and just be humble. You know what I mean? Football is a humbler. Just be humble. Go in there and just pray. Just pray for the best.
I know this might sound salty. Sorry to cut you. I know this might sound salty because we obviously lost them in the Champions League. Matisse, you might even agree here. Real Madrid aren't the team they used to be. Like Liverpool and Chelsea are terrible this season. But we blitzed them, and if we were a better team, or I'd look, not to throw Joe Gomez under the bus, but if we had a different centre back that night, I don't think we would have got smashed the way we did. I don't see how they beat Man City, and that's not even me trying to put like fake pressure on you guys. I know what you're gonna say about the heritage and all that and the know-how, but there's got to be a time where the know-how and the heritage is outdone by technique and youthful exuberance, etc.
Same as last year. They weren't even good last year for most of their ties, their knockout ties. But they just find a way all the time. That's the problem. Like last year, I remember them against PSG, awful in the first leg. Against us, nearly let us back into the tie in the second leg. Awful at home. And then against City, dominated for what, 3/4 of it until the end. So this is what Real Madrid have kind of been, falling away a little bit in terms of performance, but they always seem to go again. I don't know if this Bellingham derby as well is going to be
I was going to say that, you know.
Listen, let me speak on that, because I think that seems to be a massive tactic that they're using for this tie. For me, it seems like Real Madrid are more nervous about playing us than possibly we are playing them. David Ornstein's reports came out today, and people are starting to believe that they used all of last week's information as a tactic to surround some negativity around Manchester City right now, and this wouldn't be out of nature for Real Madrid. They did the exact same thing last year about Erling Haaland, saying Jude Bellingham has snubbed Man City. He told them, I want to go for prestige, Los Blancos, Galacticos, none of this small club stuff. And then it comes out that City hadn't even made an offer. We hadn't proposed any finances. We proposed absolutely nothing, but there is concrete interest. So someone in Real Madrid is briefing incorrectly and dishing out a few lies to try and make it as if City have been belittled. Because if you look at the pattern right now, Real Madrid are not smashing it domestically. They got patterned up by David Silva's Real Sociedad last week. They must win the Champions League. They see us going 20 unbeaten, full of confidence, playing really well. They need to try and dampen us somehow going into this tie. So on the Bellingham thing, it's far from done as far as I'm concerned. And
I
Real
think
Madrid
so.
being nasty bastards.
I don't think it's done. I don't think it's done, honestly. I think even Liverpool have got a chance of still getting Bellingham. Like,
Well, if you let them into the Champions League, then they will.
Top four, the doors open.
Say he's laughing. You're trolling now. Don't do that.
You see Callum, yeah? Callum looked up, yo.
Don't do that, SAEED, man.
That Champions League money will help.
Liverpool get top four. Liverpool get top four. They have a chance again. They'll reignite their interest.
No, we don't. We're not about that life. You guys know we're not. Right, we're not about that life.
No, but if Saeed's right, you can't write Real off, but
you can't.
You know, it's hard to see them doing it again.
As well, man.
Yeah, it feels like it's
time as well, man. I feel like it's long overdue, man. Like Man City have choked in the Champions League for too many years now, man. Like they're locked in now, man. I feel like they'll get the job done, and it's gonna be, in my opinion, at Real Madrid's expense. I don't think it's ruling Real Madrid out to say that Man City really should go on and win this game, man. I don't think that's an unfair statement to make, because football that
they're the favourites.
The football that Man City are playing at the moment, the form they're in, the guy who's managing them, and the striker that they have up top, they should be going into this thinking, like they've got the history, but we've got the current quality at the moment to beat this side, man.
You know what, as well, like before our tie against Bayern Munich, people were telling me that Bayern Munich are a better footballing team than Real Madrid this season. So it just seems like Real Madrid are now relying on that prestige and history and the fact that anything can happen. So we made light work of Bayern Munich. That's why I feel confident about this. I believe we're going to go win there tomorrow. I firmly believe that based on what I've seen in the last 20 games. Why wouldn't I feel any different about this? The team looks ruthless, man. The team looks ruthless and cold. And in the Champions League, we've approached things differently. I've noticed the patterns between the first and second leg are completely different. It's quite clear when we play away from home, say in the first leg, like Leipzig, we weren't going to hell for leather. We weren't trying to make one of those blockbuster 5-4 kind of games that you would have seen in recent years. We're going out there to make sure that when we get back to the Etihad for the second leg, you know, it's well within our hand that we can go and do it. Then we go patting up 7-0. So I'd expect tomorrow we won't go hell for leather. We won't go and try put 4 or 5 goals past them. We'll be a bit more reserved, but we will try to take our chances as well. So this is what you get through experience in the Champions League. When you know what you're doing and you've made mistakes before, you learn from it. So I'd like to think we could show that tomorrow night.
Does anyone here think that Man City won't go through to the final?
No, I have them to go through.
Yeah, everyone has them to go through.
I had them winning in.
I'll be shocked if they're going to go through.
Yeah.
I think Evan's a bit worried that they might go through there. He looks a bit stressed. The super chat.
Yeah, I see it there. There's a couple. I swear there's a couple from Evan. I've got that one there anyway. What was I going to say? I think it was the AC Inter in the other semi-final. Yeah, I mean, if City pass Real, then that's it. It's theirs. I don't even think a tactical hiccup could see AC or Inter getting the win, if I'm honest. Couple super chats did come in, not necessarily on this. Actually, yeah, one did come in on the subject. Pep is a scary guy when he's angry. I can't lie. Haaland looked spooked when he was getting yelled at. To be honest, even the penalty situation wasn't really a situation. I understand why Haaland gave it to Gundogan. And I swear Gundogan's bagged penalties for you lot before.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Haaland said he didn't want it because of the kind of day he was having. Everything he touched kind of was turned to shit, really, Haaland. So he may have just said to Gundogan, listen, you're on form, I'm off form, go and stick it in the back of the net.
He's on a hat trick as well, isn't he? So.
I think he just wanted to give him his hat trick. I don't think Haaland would ever not feel confident taking it.
I don't know. No, I don't know if I back that because the game wasn't killed off. The game wasn't killed off as far as I was concerned. It wasn't the time to be handing out people their first ever career hat tricks. Haaland needed to step up, take that penalty, and put the game to bed. If you get another penalty, Gundogan, you work away, or if there's a chance, you work away. But at that moment, the game needed to be killed.
I agree.
Junior as well on the subject says, big up boys, heritage and history is under threat. Don Carlo, do something for me. City are looking dangerous, but don't ever write Don Carlo off for the greater good. And that is all the super chats on Man City, but a few Nedu and HKN are going back to back. Poundland, Heisenberg playing some rubbish football, and to top it off, back to here after that Howler. I've lost almost all respect for him. HKN says, clearly Nedu is not a United fan. Who in their right mind would think that this set of players who have gone trophyless for 5 seasons before Ten Hag came are good enough? And Nedu replies, I'm a die-hard United fan. Remember, this is a season where Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs aren't firing on all cylinders. You're just as naive as this manager. I had so much trust in him, but no more. Cool. That's all the super chats on City, Liverpool, United. That's all wrapped up. All right, cool.
Let's give Chelsea their praise. Let's see some positivity.
What's the top end of the table? I want to segue over to Arsenal. Hugh, I wanna ask you. I mean, you've got the two Real legs, and then you got Everton in between. Are you still confident about that Everton game, regardless of? Because I don't think you're saying that you're gonna kill it off in the first leg. So if you don't kill it off in the first leg, then is there any risk that Pep plays a weakened team against Everton? And when I say weakened, they're still going to be strong, but rotates a bit for it.
No, and I don't know why Gary Neville kept talking about this. He kept referencing this for some reason in your game against them that, they could have put out a weakened team. He was never going to put out like the under-17s, under-16s in Goodison Park. Pep's about winning every single game and trying to wrap up this Premier League as soon as possible, if possible. So, no, I think he'll go full strength now for literally every game between now and the end of the season, as long as people don't pick up injuries. The only player injured right now is Nathan Ake. I think regardless of the Real first leg, it was going to be full strength in Goodison Park because they're looking good right now. Did a good job today. They're fighting for their lives down there, so it's never going to be easy. And we don't have a B team. Like, I don't know people keep talking about it. We don't have like a proper B team to put out. So, nah.
I get you. But to be honest, Arsenal we done our thing. I mean, after City went 4 points clear, yeah, it hurts to see that. But all Arsenal can really do now is win our games and see where it leaves us come the end of the season. I think that Newcastle result confirms second place. So there's no risk of falling further. But without 2 slip-ups from City in the last 4 games, which, it doesn't sound good on paper in terms of something to hope for. Arsenal just got to win our games and see what happens. We're now a point behind City. You don't play Everton. Yeah, you play Everton before, so you play again before us this weekend. So we'll see the outcome of the Everton game before we step out of the Emirates against Brighton. But listen, against Newcastle, none of us predicted, including myself, that Arsenal would win the game. I think
I did. I got the
you did, but I think that was tongue in cheek more than anything.
I've been praising you all season. I've been saying you're great.
Yeah, but the way you said it and laughed, I was thinking this guy's trying to do some reverse psychology or something.
Win-win, he said. Win-win. Was it win-win? He said.
Yeah,
he did say it was a win-win. Yeah, he did say it was a win-win.
No, listen, man. I have to give Arsenal credit. They were really good at Newcastle. They rode the wave for the first kind of 15-20 minutes. That was, the place was raucous. I don't know if you can hear it with sound on when you're doing your watch line. The place was fucking crazy, man.
Yeah,
the Geordies were all over you, and then you rode the wave. Great goal from Odegaard. Jorginho was class. So they look like Arsenal look like they're not giving up just yet. When people thought they'd kind of given up and thrown in the towel after the Southampton and West Ham and lost to us, they look like they're trying to finish strong and apply some pressure on us. They weren't going to allow us to wrap it up against Matisse there in Chelsea. So thanks very much for that. But No, I give them the flowers, man. Great performance in a really tough place. We couldn't win that this season.
I'm not gonna lie. I think, funnily enough, as much as we already terminated our contract of brotherhood, you guys beating us.
We never had one, by the way. I told you this so many times. We're not brothers.
That hurts you. That really does. Thought we was all.
I feel bad now, man. I feel bad.
Not sitting next to you on the plane in New York. Anyway, when it comes to, I think you guys winning the title in front of us would have been good for us. As much as it would have pained me to see a team lifting the title, I think our group of players, almost, and our club and our owners, they needed that. I want them to sit there and watch you lot lift the title in front of them, so they grow some kahunas and rise from it and learn from it and respond next season. Not obviously for a title charge, but just know it in your head that that's the level you need to get back to. So, funnily enough, I actually think that would have been good for us, as much as I don't like seeing it.
If Arsenal drop points this weekend, I think we still can. I think it's yeah.
What is it right now? When's your you can. Wait, it's 1 point now. If we drop points, let's say a draw, it'd be 2 points.
You've got Brighton in it. Game in hand in it. You've got Brighton in it.
Yeah. Wait, is Brighton before Chelsea?
No. Brighton, Brentford back-to-back last 2 games.
Yeah. We're the third to last, isn't it? Yeah.
Listen, Everton today, man. You not watched them today, man. Everton.
I don't know what that was, honestly.
Bro, all man can do is just hope and pray that something just happens right now.
I've said it for a little while. I still think Arsenal win this league.
What?
Yeah.
Still on, man. I think it's still on, man.
Starting this Sunday, Callum. You think Everton can do something?
I don't. The fact that I think Man City are going so hard for the Champions League and the FA Cup's still there as well, I feel they'll slip up in the league 1 game.
They need to slip up in 2 games.
They can afford to slip up in 1 game.
Yeah, 2 games.
You change your mind now. You change your mind. Arsenal fans were like, "Yo, what was you gonna say?"
Don't mind me. I'm just a substitute.
I got nothing to say. Sorry, guys. I ain't got nothing to say.
Nah, 2 games is peak. 2 games is peak, and if it doesn't start this Sunday,
Brentford away is difficult, man.
I don't see.
They've already got a draw off us this season as well, Everton. Like, it's not as if they'll properly fear us, and it's not been a good place to us. A lot of City fans are more nervous about Goodison on Saturday than they are about the Burnabout tomorrow night. That just goes to show.
Listen, tell Rodri to come and pick that ball up, and it'll be all good, man. Run it back.
You know what, Chelsea know what to do in a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, I bet we do. Yeah.
You know what to do.
You saw at the Emirates just how resilient we are.
Now they've got a 40-point mark. There's a bit of confidence now brewing.
Man City have played Chelsea like 3 times this season. They played Chelsea 3 times this season, and they haven't scored a single goal against.
But have they played? Have they played Chelsea with Frank Lampard? That's the question, my bro.
Even better.
Unfortunately, not. I think it would be even better.
Have they played Bangladesh in the back? Have they played Kante in a new role, box-to-box role? Have they played? You know, like, bro, I'm telling you, man, what I've seen against Bournemouth, I think Chelsea.
You know what? Fine, but when your predictions come, please make them clear for that game. Don't change your mind. When that game comes around, SAEED, even if you're neck and neck for the title for the prediction table, you go and give Chelsea a result at the Etihad. I dare you. Go on, you do that.
So you're gonna tell them what to do? Oh.
One more result this season, Matisse. That's all I need from Chelsea.
Bro, everybody stop asking us for shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We are in our worst form. We are on 42 points. Just let man go on the beach now. I'm done. Season's finished. We're safe. Yeah. Security, survival. Do you know what I mean? We're in the Barclays next season. Yeah. I'm grateful. I'm humbled. I'm not interested. I don't care about none of you man's problems. Genuinely. Yeah, I'm humbled. Of course. Do you not see me? Bruv, I don't care about none of your problems. Don't ask me for nothing.
Don't ask me for nothing. Listen, it is. Well, you know what? That performance and the little changes Arteta's made now, in terms of Kivior coming in, him actually bringing Tierney on.
He looked good.
Yeah, he's looked very good in the last 2 games still. But it just makes me think, what if a couple games before we did the same thing? Like, what if?
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
This myth as well. People were saying about Jorginho should not have put him on in that high pressure game in Liverpool. This is a high pressure game when you look at the way Joe Linton and them play and the kind of pressure and the intensity at midfield. Look at Jorginho bossed it. Like, so all this myth that he can't handle it. Okay, in the long run, I get it over a course of a season, but in isolated games, he can do a job. So he was unbelievable, Jorginho, and so was Kivio, who was very, very matured as
I'm
well.
annoyed, man. I'm annoyed. I needed him flattened at St. James Park. Kivio.
Who? Jorginho.
And Jorginho for good measure as well. Yeah.
What's Kivio done to you?
Jorginho was man of the match, bro. Jorginho was.
I know he was fantastic.
Hold on a minute. What's Kivio done to you? Why you got something against Kivio?
He done nothing to me, but I just wanted more tears, man. I wanted more tears.
Oh, this.
That's what Toby's
eating. You know what it is? You know what it's like? Misery.
Yeah.
Misery needs company, right? So yeah.
Oh, God.
So every season you be looking for that company. Every single season, you without fail.
Sometimes I get to dunk him up like I did last year. So yeah.
Sometimes he gets to spin the block. Just sometimes.
Yeah. Like you this season. Yeah.
Yeah. The block is finished. My block is. You know what I mean? Like,
you lot run out.
Yeah, we got run out the ends, bro. I'm not gonna lie, we got run out the ends. Yeah, we have to relocate.
No, but Jorginho was quality. I mean, listen, it wasn't that long ago that we couldn't envision a starting 11 without Partey and being confident about a result. And Jorginho has stepped in and done well. He's got another year on his contract. I think that's about enough considering his age. But I still want us to get another 6 in the summer. Probably a lot younger.
Even somebody that plays Xhaka can play Xhaka and
Ballon d'Or keeping, man. What's the problem?
Like a Declan Rice.
Third in the Ballon d'Or. What'd you say, Matisse?
So it seems like Declan Rice, isn't it? Someone who could play Xhaka's position and in the 6, kind of like a little bit versatile. Maybe Caicedo could do the same thing.
Listen, we need, in all honesty, we need 2 midfielders. We need a 6 and an 8. I get all this versatility stuff, but in January it was said that if we get, after making bids for Caicedo, if we get Caicedo, it's not going to affect our plans for Rice. So I need that same energy this summer. I want both midfielders. I want 2 midfielders in. Will Arsenal pay 200 mil for 2? No. But I still want 2 midfielders in, whoever they decide to bring in.
What about Fabio Vieira? Not going to get a second season to come and blossom.
Bro, he's Odegaard's backup, and he next season's a big one for him. But he's Odegaard's backup. I'm talking about an upgrade on Xhaka, rotation option for Xhaka, and another option in Partey's position.
Damn, you might not play.
By the way, Partey, what's going on? Because I thought he was the best DM in the world. What's going on with him?
Casemiro's the best
DM.
You're not either.
No, but
I think you've entered the wrong chat, brother.
Yeah, bro. You chose the wrong time to cook, bro.
You know that meme? Does he know?
No, I do know. I do know, but my player has been benched, though.
Hey, slow down there, buddy. You're speeding.
My DM hasn't been benched, though. Your greatest DM has been
Your
benched.
DM hasn't been benched, but
your DM can't
put
be
himself
benched,
out of the
bro.
lineup many times with red cards. He's benched himself.
I get it, yeah, but Partey on the bench, like, we're not talking about that. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but remember when we looked at the City game, yeah, and I mentioned a couple of the goals. Partey was, if you watch them, Partey running back, there was something wrong with him. To be honest, performance not good enough, but he probably was carrying an injury, so the change was probably.
We're really gonna say it's injury.
Bro, I'm not a guy to make excuses. Whether it's VAR, whether a team tries to bully us, whether a fucking referee gets to draw the lines, I don't dwell on these things. But if you watch the Man City goals and you see Partey attempting to run back, there's something wrong with him. Compare that to SAEED. Remember at Emirates when Anthony was pretty much going through on goal and he took took him wide. Partey dipped, caught up to him, took the ball. Compare that to the Man City game. I fail to believe it's his heart and desire. Obviously, that would be a much bigger problem. It looked like he was carrying an injury.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I think I need to say fair play.
I don't think he is injured. I just think he's playing.
It's a lot of form, innit? That's all it is.
It happens. It happens. He's been brilliant for you guys for pretty much the whole season, but the last couple of games, he's dropped clangers. It happens.
He was bad. He was bad. 100%. Bro, I was after City. I was most vexed with him. Like you can go back to that show. I was most vexed with him because he's one of the ones I look at as indispensable, someone that we can't afford to play without, someone that partly knits it all together. But like I said, Jorginho's come in and he's done his thing. Does that mean I still don't want a 6? I want a 6 in the summer. I still want someone younger to take up the place, whether it's midway through next season, start of next season. We need someone in. Obviously, if it's Caicedo for the money that's being touted out there, you probably have to start him pretty soon into the season if you're paying that much, especially for a young player. But yeah, Kivior done his thing. Ramsdale again. One day he'll give it away and cost us a goal in the first 30 seconds. Then he starts pulling off wonder saves, and you know, all in all, I think Ramsdale's had a very solid season for us. He's still young. He needs to learn with some of the mistakes he's made this season, but he was so important to us against Newcastle. So big him up as well. And to be honest, the whole team done well. We just had to ride 2 waves, beginning of the first half, beginning of the second half. Ride those waves. Yeah, we got lucky a couple of times hitting the post, Newcastle, but it is what it is, 2-0 and a clean sheet. And then we get the super chats in as well, because it's an hour and a half. If you haven't hit the... Huh? Oh, bro, don't even bring up that guy's name right now, bro, because we're not in a place.
The toes his face.
We're not in a good place at the moment, man. We're not in a good... But again...
And I know that's going to sting the Arsenal fans in the comments. They've already been cussing me all evening. Cuss me more. I don't care. Talk on Zinchenko.
Zinchenko got subbed for Tierney, and we looked a lot more assured at the back. I think that tells the story. That tells the story. And Tierney was actually involved in some way in the second goal.
Why can't Zinchenko play in Xhaka's position next season?
Now this is my thing with it. Is Zinchenko, like, I value what Zinchenko's done for this team overall this season. That doesn't mean I can't call out a poor performance or poor performances that we've seen. But Zinchenko in the midfield starting there, is he a good enough passer to start in midfield and not be the guy that brings the overload? That's the extra man in the middle. That's where I have doubts with him. Because he gives certain times in every game, he'll give the ball away clean. Just no one's on his back. He'll just give it away. That's why
he's never really played there. He's never really played there in this league.
I think he plays there for his country, doesn't he?
Yeah, Ukraine.
But I'm saying the Premier League. I don't think he's
yeah.
Because he would be what? Like he'd be advanced. Him and Odegaard.
But I'm saying like he could be the balancer that drops back into the first phase with Partey. And obviously, if you're playing Tierney, he's not going to tuck in, so he'd overlap. Yeah. So that would kind of compensate for it a little bit.
That's an option, but is it an option that Arsenal?
It's not elite. It's not elite. No, it's not an elite option. I don't know. I don't know what the Conkeys are going to do in terms of spend. I know you guys are talking about bringing in 2 midfielders. I think one is all you're going to get. I don't think you're going to splash on Caicedo and Rice. I'd be absolutely shocked if you did that. That would be.
Who would you choose out of the 2 Turkish?
Caicedo. I think his ceiling is higher.
Bro.
I'd take Rice.
Rice is pretty much a finished article in a sense, in terms of that next step up to a bigger club that's competing on all fronts. That will be the polish in terms of getting to the development level he needs to get to. I think he's reached his ceiling with West Ham. With Caicedo, I think Caicedo's ceiling's higher. It'll take a little while longer to maybe bed him in. And Rice knows the league very well. Caicedo does too, but Rice has been I think Matisse said an overperformer in a poor side. I think you said it on DR for quite a few years now. So don't get out. Listen, I'll take both, bro. I'll take either.
Yeah, I hear it.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'll take either. And on the Cronkies, it's a big summer. Bro, I've said it before. I initially turned on them when we was in Champions League. It didn't happen when we dropped out of Champions League. It was failure to build on Champions League football and finishing second, finishing third, finishing fourth. That always being the ceiling. So this summer, Arteta's done everything, in my opinion, he can to bring Champions League football to back to the Emirates. He's done that. He's cleared the wage bill as well along the way. In terms of other contracts too. Our wage bill's a lot healthier. There's no excuse for Arsenal not to go out and spend 200 million plus. I'm really talking 250.
Cold cash.
I don't give a shit what they
not net spend.
Cold cash, amortization, whatever you tried to use in January. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just go and spend the money that you need to spend. I've had enough. Now's the time. Because you might know though, if there's ever a time to like look at what Arteta's done so far in terms of where he's taken the squad to from 3 years ago. Yeah, now's the time to Van Dijk and Alisson this team.
It's true. It's true.
Add the.
It's where Liverpool messed up. We didn't add while we were on top. Or we didn't
I
add
still
enough.
think you need a striker, man. I still think you need a gunman. Jesus is good, but I still think you need a gunman. Like,
yeah, we do.
That's out there.
I think we do. I think listen. This is what we need. Yeah, 6 and 8, a right centre back or an inverted right back, one or the other. Yeah, I think that solves our defensive issues. A right winger to compete and rotate with Saka, and a different profile of striker, completely different to the false 9 dropping in. Someone that's a gunman or someone that's a target man. And there's a few options out there. Those 5 players, those 5 positions, that's what I think Arsenal need this summer.
So who would you sell? Who would you sell currently outside of the obvious ones? Your Rob Holdings, maybe your Tomiyasu because of his injury. I don't know if you want to keep him or sell him.
Nah, you keep him.
You keep him? Okay, cool. But who would you sell, right? Because obviously Balogun is going to come back into your team. And Nketiah obviously signed that new deal last year. Forget the Rob Holdings and Pepe's. Who would you sell in your midfield?
I'd sell Balogun and Eddie if there's a need to raise funds. Those are 2 players I'd sell.
What are you doing with ESR? You keeping him to play left or?
You know what? Our left-hand side now with Trossard there as well. That's how I see our left-hand side as Trossard, Martinelli. That's the 2 players.
Then would you see ESR to play in Xhaka's role then maybe? Because he was originally a
He's saying he's buying 2 CM, so that means
good.
ESR
good. ESR's good.
ESR gotta go.
He is good. He's a
good player though. I don't think
ESR.
Yeah, but you can't bring in Caicedo and Rice, which is what you want, and keep ESR happy. There's no way. You got to go.
Yeah, but then he plays multiple positions though.
Kieran Tierney might get some money for that.
The injuries have become a problem, and in recent times, I don't know what Arteta feels of him. Maybe it's Arteta biding his time again, because with Martinelli, way before Arteta started really implementing him, a lot of men were shouting for Martinelli to come in. Arteta took his time with him. Maybe he's doing that with Smith Rowe, but at the moment, if we were to get a good bid, I think it's a position where 1 left wing we're covered, and midfield I want 2 players. So Matisse is kind of right. I want a 6 and I want an 8. And Xhaka's done enough this season for me to say I don't mind him being the rotation option in that position. We just need better at times or different at times. Yeah. If it was a choice out of Balogun and Eddie, I'd keep Balogun. That's my opinion on it. But at the same time, the French league is just...
Yeah, bro, Lacazette is on 24 league goals.
No, he scored 4 goals the other day in a game. Like, it's just...
Great game. Great game, I can't lie. Unbelievable.
So if a bid comes in that's big for Balogun, then you take it. We've got to be ruthless. Like you can't have a... All right, you might say Class of 92, or you might say even Arsenal them times. You can't, not in modern day, I don't see a team with all graduates from their youth academy, or the majority coming from their youth academy, ending up winning stuff. I haven't seen it yet. So sometimes that connection, yeah, it's nice, and yeah, the academy is there to benefit the side, but good value also benefits the side. So if Emile Smith-Rowe has to be sold, if Balogun has to be sold, then they have to be sold. As long as the club is reinvesting it properly into better players than them, I don't really give a shit. I'll be honest. Just improve the side. That's it. Back to Super Chats. Turkish, I'm here. The script is going to plan. I will always believe in this team. Odegaard and this team is only going to get better. Keep believing. I know, I do believe we're only going to get better, but I don't know about the league this season. I don't know about believing in that. Arian says, Jorginho, if you think I'm going to start singing that name right on the big six with Skull Thuggery watching, you are very much mistaken, but I get the drift. Better than Bumzo Fraudnandez. Matisse, are you mad?
I'm going to leave that. But enjoy your time out in the sun. I'm not going to just...
Ash said Tobes thought Kivior would drown at St. James like Romero did. Very impressive win. Youngest team in the league on track for 90 points. We're here to stay, in my opinion.
You know what? Fair enough.
No, that's a dagger to the heart, you know. That's a dagger. This guy turned up in his first Premier League start and then his second Premier League start in the space of a week and cleaned up house.
Like I said, Tobes being Spursy. Quote, Arsenal's failure is Tottenham's success. Kivior walks into your defense in style. Stop hating, brother. Love for the man them.
A man's name is I don't know if he's doing that. A man has
local man.
Oh, I thought that was Ainsley Maitland-Niles in his profile pic. I think it actually says Akin. I was about to get on to you, but you're Nigerian, so it's fine. I'll allow you.
That's tribalism on here, you know. You got
Where are we?
Patriotism, you know, patriotism. Yeah.
Freddie says, with potentially Tierney, Holding, Smith Rowe, Balogun, Nelson, Pepe, Tavares, and Lokonga leaving, we should have some decent funds for two midfielders. We should have funds without even player sales first and foremost.
Nah, man, wait for the sales to come through first, and then all the players get bought up, and then go out into the market and see what you can do, bro.
This guy just wants to steal all your players, man. Matisse, I know this guy, man.
Why would you sell Kieran Tierney?
I wouldn't sell Tierney, but there's rumors, and to be honest, would you be happy with the game time? Obviously not, especially if you're a player of that quality in that moment in his career. And apparent interest from Newcastle. Newcastle's a lot closer to Scotland. He'd probably get the same wage, if not better.
Yeah, that works.
It's hard to.
That would be a good move for him, you know.
Very good move. They need a left back as well.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's a good move. I like that. That is a good move.
AFC Max Turkish. How's things with you and your family? All good, my bro. Hope you are too. Bro, you're always grinding. Do you sleep? I do, a little bit. Good to see all of the big six back. Welcome to the new Liverpool guy. Apologies, don't know your name. His name's Callum. He's from Coppish. The YouTube channel is in the description, so show some love if you don't already. They've always got a good few lives a week. And it's good conversation too. If we were to get Caicedo and Rice, I would sell Partey. He's injury prone and disappears in big games. Caicedo number 6 and Rice number 8, and when needed, Rice can play the 8 as well. Improves our squad depth.
That's mad.
Abdullah says, Turkish, we need the ownership to spend 350 to 400 mil for once in one window because we are going to be in the Champions League. We need 5 players. Abdullah, I don't disagree. I think
it's 350 million rupees or pounds.
Bro. We got money, my guy. We got money, my guy.
No, I know you got money, but only bottom left spends that amount of money in a season.
Money, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, yeah, we do. We do. And it's about time I embraced it and just become a bastard about it. You know what I mean? We'll be here until the next transfer ban, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Ricky says, time is up for the night for Arsenal fans when Matisse starts giving advice on selling and buying of players.
Bro, I was thinking that,
I'm not a wheeler and dealer.
Yeah. To be fair. Let's see how much players you sell in the summer as well. It's be interesting to see how many players you sell in the summer.
Be interesting to see if you end up with Jim Ratcliffe. Bringing the Manchester back in Manchester United. Come on.
He's been starting for the Qataris. He's going to have to change his name to Ineos TV. What's it called?
Ineos. Mind games, guys. You don't know what mind games is? You play chess. Come on, man. Mind games.
We'll move on to Chelsea next as well because that's the last super chat on Arsenal. But we've had already a few. Is it a few or is it just one super chat on Chelsea? Sanchez, Matisse dressing up like Will Smith in Men in Black for an Arsenal funeral. Get my team's name out of your mouth. SAEED and Matisse all watching us because their teams suck.
I'm rooting for you guys,
Arsenal,
man.
Arsenal have main character syndrome. I watch everybody's games. Do you know what I mean? It's not always about you guys. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I did wear a turtleneck. Yes, I did wear sunglasses. Yes. I may have thought it was handball and it was a penalty, but it actually hit the person's thigh because I was looking through black and white. Yes, but I forgot that I had to go to studio afterwards. When Turkish seen me come through the door, this guy was like, "Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Welcome. I see you. You know what I mean?
Welcome, my brother.
We'll get him next time. You know what I mean?
That's when we started talking about the dreams and then Chelsea doing a job for us at City.
Yeah, I had to quickly remind you what we're on, what we do.
Well, that actually there was one. Here it is. I knew there was another one. Abdullah says, "Big gentleman, I like watching Matisse on DR Sports. He is comedy. I like Madrid tomorrow, but I think City hit them. I hope I'm wrong." Yeah, Matisse is doing his thing on DR Sports, but make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. And TOBS, CALLUM, SAEED, HUGH, Skull Thuggery, the official channel. Subscribe to all of those channels, people. Make sure you show it some love. A little reminder, New York in June, that's going to be on the official channel. All the content that comes out the trip will be on that official channel. So make sure you're there as well as here. And Matisse, over to you, man. You're smiling. You came in with chest. You didn't let the intro run. You didn't waste no time. It's been a little while since you've enjoyed an episode of the Big Six.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Them 40 points, we finally hit them. Actually, overachieved. 42 points. Couple in the bag to spare. Did it with a few games to go. Good luck to Nottingham Forest. Good luck to Leicester. Good luck to Leeds. Good luck to all them. Everton. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just season's done. Do you know what I mean? This is all I've been asking for. I'm very humble, I'm very thankful, very blessed to be participating in the Premier League next season. It's not easy. It's the most competitive league in the world. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got money. Everyone can spend. Everyone can buy who they want. So it's not easy, man. My team nearly went into administration last year. I was there holding up that pound under Ken Bates. It's not been easy. So we're just humble, man. Just a good team from Southwest London, just looking to be better. So happy and yeah, man, that's me done. Don't ask me for no favors, please. We don't do that around here. I'm sure we'll lose the rest of our games. It's just a moment. It's an underdog story. You know what I mean? Like, we won against Bournemouth, 4 wins out of last 5. It's a tough place to go, and we go there and we get a win. It's mad, man. It's crazy what can happen in football. Can't lie.
Congrats, Matisse, man. I'm actually genuinely happy for you. It's great to see you with a smile on your face again. I've missed this.
Bro, I see 3 goals in one game, bro. But the first one I didn't even celebrate because I didn't think it was a goal. I thought at some point these guys are gonna rule it off for offside or something. And then by the third goal, I was almost in tears. Do you know what I mean? This is 4 goals in the month of May. It's the 8th of May. We've got 4 goals. Our XG is usually 1 for the month. It's mad. It's mad, man. Honestly, like, just thinking about it right now, it's just I watched Match of the Day like 3 times. Honestly, it was just it's crazy. It's crazy.
Mad, you know.
I genuinely don't need no more goals this month. Like, I'm good.
You've been spoiled.
I've been spoiled, bro. Belly full. Like,
shame on any Chelsea fan who doubted Lampard, innit?
No wonder you're so skinny. No wonder you're so skinny. If that's what fills you up.
TOBS, man.
This guy, bro. One day, bro. You know, bro, you're older than me. One day when you're old, bro, I'm telling you, like, I'll be in my prime. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll be reversing all these jokes. So it's fine. It's fine.
These, man, you should start taking steroids and smashing gym before New York. Turn up in the airport, absolutely hench.
Can you imagine if I did that?
Who's the big man now?
Listen, the amount of security they're gonna put us through. I don't need to be drug tested and whatnot. Trying to ruin the Big 6 tour to America. Do you know what I mean? I think I'll just stick to my gummy bears and my fruit shoots. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, good game. Madueke was good. I keep saying it. The window that we had, that we've just come from, I know people are looking at 600 million wasted, you know, but it's truly not wasted until these players are busts or we're ruling them out like Sancho at United for SAEED. So until that happens, these guys have got a lot of promise. Badiashile finally gets an opportunity to come back in the team. Madueke was looking great on that right side. Everything was going through him. Mudryk, a bit quiet, didn't really go down his side, but we'll see what happens next season. That's when he's really going to get judged. Enzo, good game as well. So yeah, these players, they you know, we're under a proper manager. I do think we might be cooking something, but it's a long way back. Even at the start of next season, I'm worried in terms of whether we're gonna really look like a team, because our preseason is gonna get destroyed with all the players coming back. Lukaku and all these guys, we need to be so ruthless, and with the wages that they're on, amount of money they make, the way that we market value tanked for half of them that we're trying to sell, it's going to be difficult to get rid of them. So I am a bit worried for Poch in that regard, but it's up to the board to be serious in the summer and just start selling like crazy. So if we can do that, then maybe next season we might get off to a decent start, but I need to see a serious clean out, man. Like it's going to have to be astronomical, monumental clean out. And if anybody here needs any players, bruv, come chat to me, because I got players for you, man. Liverpool need a midfielder. I got Gallagher for you, bruv. Even though he scored. In fact, did you see that goal? Did you see that goal? Bruv, that could be you next season.
Thank you. Appreciate the offer, bro.
Yeah. I genuinely don't think I'd take a single player from your squad.
I'll take Reece James and push Trent into midfield permanently.
I'm trying to think of someone. Hold on.
He's rude, man.
Yeah, Hugh, man. You know, yeah, you need this a la Madrid Humbler, because I don't like the way you're talking right now.
It wasn't even a dig. It's genuine opinion. I wouldn't take any of them.
You're too laid back. Like, look, you're laid back.
I'll take centre back.
I need you to be stressed. No,
I take Buddy Achille. I like Buddy Achille.
You'll take many. You'll take many. You want to clean out? You'll take many. Don't play with me.
I'm taking some of your midfielders. Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
You need anything, man.
Bro, you're playing. Bro, don't even let me get started on you, bro. Please. Bro, you're talking about 50-50. You're talking about 50. Look at your team, bro. You're playing Luke Shaw at centre back. You're playing You're playing Ericsson as your sixth, bro. Allow it, man. Allow it, bro. Please. You're playing Veghorst. You're playing Veghorst up to replace that. I will take anything, bro.
Who else you got on your team?
Bro, you're playing Veghorst up top. You are playing Veghorst.
Who's the Donny in midfield? Who's the Donny in midfield? Skip, you know. Yeah, man. Put him in the skip. Brother, Richarlison, get rid of him, man.
Richarlison probably starts at your club, mate. If Veghorst can start. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Man. What are you going to say, bro? And the other guy that scored 3 league goals. What is it? 3 league goals? 9. What is it? Martial's record in 3 years? How many league goals?
9 goals in 3 seasons.
Jesus Christ. God is good. God is good. This guy's laughing at me. This guy's laughing at me. And which squad, guys, which squad costs more?
Again,
which squad costs more money? Which SAEED, which squad costs money? Our squad or your squad?
Don't do. Yeah, of course, our squad.
Okay, then.
We have ambitions. What's your ambitions? Oh.
What's yours? I don't get that question. What is your ambition?
Our squad is better because we want to strive for more. We have some ambitions to win trophies, but you.
I don't know what you're saying though, because you just
I love the way.
What are you doing?
I love the way SAEED just keeps leaving it on a cliffhanger.
He's just saying stuff. He's just saying stuff.
Let him finish the sentence. You don't get to finish it.
You're just saying stuff, and I don't know why you're just saying stuff. It's fine, bro. It's fine. Don't worry. Spurs are shit. I know Spurs are shit. Don't worry, SAEED.
What is the answer to this question, though, Matisse? Who's Chelsea's player of the year?
There is no player of the year. Like, now, if you want an actual proper contender, then you can give it to Silva because he was effectively potentially robbed last year. You can give it to Silva because our defensive record in the league is actually not too shabby. But in my opinion, Silva won't hate me for saying it. He demands the very best and the highest of standards, right? We should just cancel the awards. Just go for the youth team and the women's team, and that's it. Like I said, with the City winning the title in front of us, I think this team need serious reality checks because as bad as the management's been, some of the performances from individuals, basics has been horrendous, and that Arsenal game was one of those games. So I would love them to just not have an awards ceremony, but obviously still have to turn up and support.
There should be an award.
There cannot be.
Your Chelsea's player of the season. You've been more consistent than all your players. Your Chelsea's player of the season.
I am, bro. You see the content I'm trying to put out right now, bro. Like I should be going up there and picking up something, but nah, man. Can't cancel it, and even the American tour. Like I want these guys in Norway, in Sweden, boot camp. You know what I mean? Just I don't know what's all this touring around. You know, obviously we're trying to sell ourselves and market ourselves. Pause, but listen, for me, I would prefer if we just go on some boot camp little situation and really take it seriously. I don't want to see these guys go in Disneyland and whatnot. Like it's a mess this season. They need to be punished. As if this was Toby, you'd be saying that people should be getting banged up in the change room and shit.
When I say it's a problem, but when Roy Keane says it, oh my god, he spits rawness. Yeah.
Rush him. I forgot about that video you brought out, Matisse. Listen, people, go to Matisse's channel after this. He brought out a video this morning. He actually put bare effort into it. What's it? It's called 007. So
it's cool, but Bond on a budget. Bond on a budget.
I need to watch that.
006.
006 it was in the end, yeah.
006.
The original.
No super chats on Chelsea, and we've already kind of raised Tottenham up. So TOBS, you might as well keep it flowing. 1-0 win. Was it a 1-0 win? Yeah, it was a 1-0 win.
1-0 win. Wasn't a really good performance. Defense played well. Done. Job done. There you go.
Not bad, man. Considering the time.
Sorry. Forget about the game. The game was dead. We won. Harry Kane, 209 Premier League goals. It will be a shame when he leaves, but what a player! What a player! What a player. He didn't even play that well as well, but he's just a poacher, man. Like he knows what he needs to do. And 26 league goals, can't really talk down on that when you're playing in a club like ours. You really can't. So yeah, big up to Harry Kane.
He's gonna smash it. It's just a matter of when. I think 2 seasons maybe he'll smash it if he keeps doing what he's doing.
Yeah, how far away is he?
60 something goals. Is he?
51.
Yeah, that's
51 away from
25.
51 away from leveling with Shearer's record and 52 away from breaking it.
In way less games, isn't it?
Yeah.
I reckon 3 seasons or 2.5.
2.5, I reckon.
Well, what is the average of the season? The average is what, 25 to 30 a season, isn't it?
If he had gone to City, he would have done it next year.
I think he's averaging like 20 a season, 20 something a season.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to go City, because he said, listen, I can get this done much faster if you give me these creators around me.
And you get medals.
Yeah, medals as well. So, but yeah.
I don't see many of them then in White Hart Lane.
Nah.
I'm not biting.
He's not biting. All right, well, Tobe, since you don't want to add anything else on Tottenham, what I'll do is I'll bring the super chats that have come in after the subjects have been talked about, but I just saved them to the side. Corey says, Matisse, we need to sign Todd Cantwell. He will sort out our whole team.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on Twitter, that opinion a few years ago.
He's getting bitched up in Scotland right now. He's not going to cut him.
Who's he play for? Does he not play for Norwich?
He plays for Rangers.
Oh, yeah, he went to Rangers. He was meant to be something, innit?
But he didn't turn out to be.
Yeah, that game against Man City, man. He twisted him up that day, I remember.
There's a couple here on City. Honesty says, I know City are favourites, but don't forget about Carlo Ancelotti. He is, in my opinion, one of the GOAT managers in the Champions League. Plus, Benzema still exists. And Let's Be Real podcast, a Real Madrid fan TV channel. Obviously, they've been content with a lot of we like your chest, Hugh. City won't be easy, but it's another chance to rewrite our own history. Hashtag heritage gods. Hala Madrid.
Smoky settings.
Smoky settings. Gareth says, SAEED trying to cook is like a microwave reheating leftovers. Partey defo has had a better season than Casemiro.
That was all she wrote.
I hope we've all finally come to the conclusion that Rodri is the best of the 3 after all the arguments throughout the season.
Hands held up. I think he is.
Yeah. Because let's be real, if Rodri goes into that Real Madrid team with Modric and Kroos, he absolutely cooks the shit out of that team. So yeah.
I see what you're saying about Hugh, though, Matisse, man. Fuck you,
Bro, do you
man.
see what I'm saying, bro? Like, you see what it is with him? Yeah, he's never tasted any hardship on this show. Like when Man City lost the Champions League final, that was big.
You want me to sit here all formal with a shirt and tie? Is it?
Nice back, yeah. And he
You
just
know what? Yeah,
the best.
you
Don't worry,
represent.
man. He's got his time now, innit?
You
He's got his
represent
time.
somebody that hasn't struggled. Do you know what I mean? Like we've all been in the trenches. You know what I mean? We've all gone through it, the hardships. You've just been spoon fed all of the riches and the royalties. You know what I mean? It's
One
just not
time
good.
of the year though, that they do get cooked is the Champions League. So let's wait for D-Day, innit? So,
If he wins it, can you imagine? Like again, he's just not
I
gone
won't
for
be
it.
here.
If you win it, we're gonna have fun in New York. I tell you that.
You need to
I
be,
won't
you need
be
to be rough.
I tell you, if we win it, I do want one of those gold frames around my box here for next season.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. Abdullah says, no, Tobes, we are not going to spend like bottom left, but at least we go a little bit closer because our guy is more richer. Matisse celebration yesterday. Oh, in your post-match review.
Yeah, I spilt my drink, but then I heard SAEED spilt his drink as well. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I spilt mine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
One for a win, one for a loss. Nedu says, you're coming at me in the comments. How can you skate? Ole then? Slate Ole then back a manager playing the same style of football while getting smacked across all competitions. I think that was in reply to HKN. We haven't got an update from HKN, but we have got this question here from O'Malley. Who is getting MATISSE this summer? Leicester look like they are gone off today's performance. It could be a cheeky pickup at a decent price.
Need that, bro.
Probably Chelsea.
Huh?
Wouldn't be, we wouldn't be surprised. Like,
I would be surprised. I think Tottenham,
Newcastle, maybe.
Newcastle, Tottenham, United, I reckon.
Newcastle, yeah.
United. Why are you? You have Bruno.
Nah, listen, mate. We need depth, man. Keep telling you, man.
You want Maddison to come sit on your bench? Nah, you lot.
No,
are bugging.
but he's gonna fight Bruno, innit?
He's gonna fight Bruno.
Not obviously fight for the position.
Yeah, I know.
I've been wanting Maddison before I wanted Bruno. So the receipts are there.
I'd have Maddison in the City.
Would you?
I think Newcastle would suit him the best, though. Newcastle.
If we don't get McAllister and we don't get Jude, I'd like James Maddison.
Hold on, you lot want McAllister as well?
If we don't get
I
either
want
of them,
everyone, man.
Brother, what have we done to see? Why is everything so personal with Man City?
See?
we're nowhere near the chance. Like we haven't done.
Now you understand how Southampton
We've been
feel.
linked throughout the year.
Look, obviously, I dislike City because they always win the league, but you don't need Bellingham and McAllister.
No, it's not. No. We were never going to get both. I'm saying if we were to miss out on both, I'd like James Maddison.
Why are you in for him in the first place, though?
You ain't listening.
We're doing the treble. Like you don't want to rest. Take your foot off the gas, maybe.
You know we can't compete financially. Just go and get someone else, man.
You man are about to do a treble. Do you know what I mean? You're going to buy more players. Like just give it a rest. You're not meant to give it a rest. Give it a rest. You're meant to be complacent.
I don't care.
I'm not allowed to want anybody because we're.
No, you shouldn't want nothing. Just complacency is key, man. What the fuck are we doing?
McAllister's bare midfielders out there, bro. Just not him, innit?
You got Lavia buyback as well.
McAllister would fit into our team so nicely. He would look great under Pep. I think he's more of a Pep player than a Klopp player.
CALLUM, you see what I'm talking about with these lot? You see what I'm talking about with these lot?
I mean, Matisse,
they're in the shops.
Much different from you,
they've bought out all the Gucci. They're wearing all the garms, all the clothes. They're flexing on us, and then they're going to the shop after wearing the outfit once. Calvin Phillips not even played, and they're going to buy more garms. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like if you're gonna spend, at least spend recklessly, like me. You know what I mean?
No. I told you we ain't like you. We're built different to you.
I don't like this built different. I don't like this.
Oh, so you built different now. So you're gonna win the Champions League, then, isn't it?
Well, we're definitely built different to bottom left. Tell you that for a fact.
No, but if you build,
we have 2 Champions Leagues. Slow your roll.
Yeah, what are you doing this season?
Respect, bro. Listen,
you just passed 40 points and you're doing party poppers.
Bro, if you were listening to Big Steve's monologues on Lad Bible, you'd know about them 40 points as well. Slow down, Buckaroo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know about right too.
You need to humble yourself.
I know where you are.
You better understand where you came from, brother. You know what I mean? What I'm talking about. You man are not humble.
I know where I came from, and I know where I am now too.
That shit.
Ah,
That
you
know where
got
you
some
are as
fucking
well.
Let me tell you
cheek
something,
teeth.
yeah. Let me tell you something. That clip does the rounds like crazy, yeah, like crack, yeah. That clip is more famous than anything you man have accomplished. I've seen that clip,
Great clip.
like 10
Great clip.
times. Yeah.
Live in the now, brother, and right now you're shit.
This guy, bro. Well, we created a monster.
It's all mad. One more. Well, what? Two more super chats come in. One was trying it. It's a good try, but that won't be getting read out. Why UFC says, "Big up Callum. Remember my super chat? I was worried for a reason. United has me trying to do math. For fuck's sake, man. I don't need this stress. Big up Coppish.
Big up.
And that is the last one in there. We're going to wrap up the show. We're 4 minutes past 2. It's already overtime, people. But remember, hit the like button. Let's get it up to 2,000 and subscribe right here. And to the man, them HUGH, SAEED, CALLUM, TOBS, MATISSE, and THUGGEry. Make sure you subscribe to all of the channels and the official Big Six channel as well. Big Ash, you've got this one in just on time. 2 days ago, Matisse, I dreamt that we were laughing, high-fiving, and I was thanking you. I was confused when I woke up until I remembered Chelsea will play City soon. Remember this. I'll be back.
Don't even think about it, Chelsea. Don't even think about it.
That would be a beautiful end to all your shit this
Don't
season.
even think about it. Funnily enough, even if we was to get something, as long as City win the rest of their games, they're fine. So you need more than just us.
We got 2 slip-ups. We got 2 slip-ups.
You need a miracle.
Yeah, it is a miracle. But hey, people are dreaming about it already. It's all mad. Where was I? Subscribe to the Mandem, hit the like button. Don't forget about Manscaped 2. TB620 is the code for 20% off. You can either go to the website directly, put that code in at checkout, or click the link in the description. If you click the link in the description, the discount will automatically apply. Make sure it is, but it should be automatic. Love for the love, people. We are back Thursday night. I can't remember if there's any games. There's Europa League. Does anyone here give a shit about Europa League anymore?
I do.
I've got a keen interest in the Conference League for agenda purposes, so yes.
What is that competition? I don't know.
Big up Europa. Big up.
I want Roma to win it. Mourinho. I'll be good for that.
I want Juve to win it.
So what, Tobes? We can't start the show at 9 p.m. Thursday. It's going to be 10 p.m.
Oh no! I thought you said, "Are we watching?" No. I can actually start. I can start the show. I'm saying, is anyone watching the Europa Conference League? I said that I will be watching it because I have a keen interest for agenda purposes, but I'm available from 9:30, of course.
No more.
I might cover it, because all of this Arsenal. I might just prove myself and go and cover Roma instead, just so you man know it's not always about you.
So we'll do 10. We'll do 10 p.m.
Has the prediction table changed at all since last week?
You see, you know what? I haven't changed the table, but I know you got 4 points. The rest of us got 3, apart from Matisse, who got 2.
Okay. Take that.
Yeah. So that's the only changes there. No, there was no correct scores, just correct results. All right, people. Thursday, 10 p.m. Make sure you're there. The next Big Six. Big up Callum for slotting in. Make sure you show him some love. Coppish channel link in the description. And love for the love, people. See you guys soon. Peace.
There you go.